Welcome to another stream here early, June 2nd, which means we've got some new sets out. And unlike yesterday, when we've tried it before, we've tried building June, or we didn't try it with June. We must have tried it maybe with the smart play sets. I don't remember the last time I tried building a Star Wars set, fairly new, but June 1st sets, we had almost 100. I think it's almost over 100. Might have just been over 100 sets coming out on the 1st, which was yesterday, and today we're building some sets. Now, before we get into it, hello there Bevel, hello there Ninjago fan, hello there Sebi, hello there Moonshoes, hello there chat. Before we get into it, I said we were going to be building the Razor Crest, but last night I kind of sat there finishing off like most of the engines and stuff, and also I found a way to attach the cockpit on. So I do have a little cockpit in there. I'll showcase it in the video. It didn't feel right sitting here for a few hours fiddling with it. So I may have spent 2 hours on this last night, just fiddling with other little bits as well, like switching up a little bit of the top, changing up the, I don't think I did too much to the sides. I added like the odd little bit here and there. And yeah, just messing around with it. It didn't feel right to do that on stream. So I'll showcase that off in the video. I still need to find my other engine from the first Razor Crest. I have started, I recolored those white pieces into their grey counterparts, and yeah, had the gaps filled. The only thing I haven't done is the back bit here. We could get into that whilst we talk about some of the sets, because I have some white ones here that I've been painting. So we could get straight in on that was. Oh, there's this wire. Get rid of you. You're meant to be way out of the way. So I'm gonna be touching these up. Hello there. It does take long after a day's work. Coming into a stream and seeing that you've still got time to wait. Oh, it should be outruled. Should we outrule that? Hello there. So far, pretty interesting. Got scam called. Ooh, that's nasty. Getting the scam call. I think I've already given this one code, so we'll put that one to the side. You should only need to do the outside. Didn't fall for it, but spooked you. Yeah, that's fair. Spam calls are the worst. They might actually be the worst because they make you worry about things you just shouldn't be worrying about. I had to work from home half a day as your AC unit's broken. Oh, it rained this morning in the UK. I don't know if it was everywhere, but it rained here this morning. I was hoping for a little bit more. Well, that's just not great, is it? That's not meant to happen. Come on, don't be. You know what? That's all right. We can keep those. Gonna cost you £2.5 grand to replace your AC. Damn. Yeah, just everything all at once. That's not great. Hopefully you have a better day tomorrow or Thursday. Just a reminder, there won't be a stream Thursday. So next stream's going to be on Friday. I'm busy Thursday. Don't know what we're doing Friday yet. But we'll be building something and it will be fun. Not Mando related. We're going to switch it up like we are today. Hello there. Yes, stream has started. I'm never early. I arrive precisely when I mean to. You got the magazine today. Awesome. Is that the Anakin one, the Star Wars one? Still can't wait for the Commando droid. And then I really hope it's... See, I kind of hope it's actually the 327th, because I feel like the Galactic Marine, if it comes out in like a month's time, in 6 weeks, I wouldn't have had enough time waiting for it. I kind of like the suspense of the magazines. It makes it so much better when you pick them up. I should have had like a wipe or something. I've got paint all over my hands now. How much longer will I be live? For years. I assume you mean this stream. A few hours. We tend to do about 3 hours. We did start early today, so maybe we'll go over that. I have a few little things that I want to build. There are more of these round things to paint. As we're early, I might as well go live with it. And yes, these ones are 3D printed because it's cheaper than ordering Lego online. It's not too bad for a tile on top of the, almost called it the Falcon, the Razor Crest, not the Falcon. Not the Falcon, the Razor Crest. Still waiting on your Lego to ship. It could come any moment. It's not the demolishing stream. We're not breaking things down. No, it's not demolishing. We are painting Lego temporarily, but technically the stream hasn't started. I want to build some sets from the new wave, the June wave of sets. And I have a few in mind. The big one that I've got a question mark next to is Minas Tirith. Now, I don't think I'm going to build Minas Tirith and something. I don't think I'm going to build Minas Tirith alone in this stream. But we could build something for Minas Tirith. And given the fact I'm not too interested in picking up the set, honestly. So it would be really cool if, as an insider, I don't know if I have access to the instructions. I should check that out. If not, we could build a micro Minas Tirith, because I said about doing it for Sauron's tower for Barad-dûr, but I never did it. I come across that. I watched that video. That wasn't the T6 one. I got recommended a video after watching the original T6 build. And I don't remember what I was doing in that video, but I spoke a lot about that Sauron. Maybe it was a clip. Maybe it was a clip from the stream of it. I might build like a micro Minas Tirith just to add to my display of micro ships, because that would look awesome. It was raining just now with some thunder. Oh, I'll send some over here, could ya? Everyone put the rain in chat. Anyone with rain, drop some in chat. Donate some rain, and hopefully that will keep things cool. Look at how easy this paint just sits on the Lego. With a makeup sponge, by the way. Makeup brush, great for dusting. Makeup sponge, or a face sponge, really good for applying a nice even coat of paint, because it pulls off most of it. So you're not waiting forever. I mean, literally by the time I've done this, I bet, all right, that finger's clear. Touch dry. Touch dry. It sticks to my finger. That's kind of odd. It maybe isn't dry, but there is not a speck of paint, is there, on my finger? Hello? There we go. Not a speck of paint on my middle finger. So we could do a second coat. Not gonna lie, I think this one coat is pretty good. Oh, I need to wash that sponge now. Anyway, sets. Minas Tirith's up there. Any other sets that anyone wants to see? We've got the... What was the one we wanted to make the car from? That was the Bluey set, wasn't it? We wanted to make the little Tykes car. Oh no, get away ads. You got Scam Call and Text. Yeah, they are the worst. The good thing is though, a lot of mobile devices, a lot of phone companies actually do actively block spam calls and texts, especially if someone else has reported them through the same company. That's handy. It will come up like potential spam, won't ring, will go straight through to voicemail. But I used to love answering the phone to spam calls, and just, you see the videos of them just messing around, taking the time. Yeah, that was me. That was me before I put my time to something better, like editing tomorrow's video. You're having lunch outside and you got soaked. Oh, the rain. You got Anakin and it came with a Mandalorian figure. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see. I'm going to shop around now. I've heard the latest Anti-Venom magazine has come with a Doc Ock minifigure, and I still don't have a Doc Ock, so I might pick it up for Doc Ock. These are the new sets. Oh, we do have the Pokemon, what, like 12 sets? 12 Pokemon sets, is it? Officially revealed. Don't worry, I'm not going to be pre-ordering any of these. 15? Wait, 15? That means another like 3 sets have come out, I think. No, that means that these 3 sets were already out. It's showing all the Pokemon sets. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's rain. Wait, chat. No, I need to get some of this. I don't know if you can hear this. Can you hear it? I hope you can hear that. That's rain. Shout out chat, literally sending the rain over. You guys are insane. Crazy stream luck, eh? Sent the rain. Yes. Yes, the rain. You know what? What are the odds that we just cancel stream and spend it out in the rain? No, we gotta build. We gotta build. Yeah. Happens all the time when you try to sleep. That's the worst. Didn't buy. Oh, I lost. Didn't buy anything yesterday because you're saving up and preparing for August. Wise choice. Oh, we didn't see this one. Is that the only one we haven't? Yeah, that's the only one we didn't see. That's the only one that weren't released early. Sprigatito. All right, that's an ABBA song. Fuecoco. That sounds. What is it? That sounds nice. Fuecoco. Fuecoco and Quaxley. I'm going to assume that one kind of looks like a duck. That's got to be Quaxley. Fuecoco sounds fiery. Fuecoco. Sprigatito. Sprigatito's definitely the leafy one, and Fuecoco is this one. Am I right? I smashed that, didn't I? Look at Fuecoco here. That's my favourite of the bunch. We got the new grassy element and that massive head, which it's all right. Oh, they got numbers. 900. We got to be past that in Pokemon. This isn't a Pokemon number, is it? We got to be in the thousands. Because I remember the first like 150 Pokemon. It's not going to tell me who's who. I got that right, didn't I? Any Pokemon fans in chat? Doing coverage on Lego Bam Drama. Oh, crazy. Yeah, it's nuts how it's going on. I've got another video talking about all the things that we discussed in the comments. But I haven't seen the latest video from yesterday. The one where Ben, I can't remember what the new videos are. I haven't seen the new one. I don't think I'll watch it. I'll probably look for someone to tell me what's going on. Minas Tirith is coming. Yes, it's coming. It's on its way. It's on its way. Sponge equals egg. Oh no. Oh no. I dropped one of the pieces. Okay. Not too bad. Nice. Panic over, crisis averted. Yeah, it is a very egg sponge. I think this is a real techniques as well. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Didn't have to pay a penny for it though. Shout out Real Techniques. Had rain not too long ago. The rain's over now. Where'd it go? Come back. Send some more. Send it. Debating on parting out the old Daily Bugle set. You like the way it looks compared to the new one. The big one. The big one's awesome. The big one is amazing. Trying to figure out where you'd put it. Ah, yes, space. Minas Tirith is not going to fit there. Let's have a little look. What's my opinion on the new design of the Daily Bugle? The Daily Bugle. Was that a June set or was that come out earlier in the year, didn't it? No, this might have been a June. Was this a June 1st set? Feels like this was announced ages ago, comparing it to the big one. Did we not see the other Daily Bugle? We did. I like the tan more than the grey. I do. I also like the fact that this is smaller. I tell you what I'd do. I'd want to buy this because I love the figures. And that was my big grab for this. It's why I didn't end up picking it up. Mainly Daredevil, Black Cat. Was the Punisher and Firestar? Firestar, Punisher, Blade as well. Okay, mainly Daredevil, Punisher, Blade, Black Cat. I mean, all of these figures are fairly easy to part out. The exclusive parts being the heads and torsos. Heads probably the hardest to get. And then Firestar as well. To go with Iceman from the X-Men Mansion. I should get around to creating those at some point. But the build for this, look at that. It's night, unlike early in the morning where it's still dark. It's not technically night, but it still looks night. That's what this one is. And I'd probably add a Daily Bugle to the top, the same style that this has. I'd mix it up a little bit. That's what I'd do. We've got 4 floors here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the perfect bite-sized bugle. I love this. I do wish that the Rhino was a mech, because Rhino comes in a cheap Spidey bike, but I love the Rhino mech. So kind of hoping that this or the other minifigure gets in the magazine. I think I've got a Mysterio. That's a crazy Mysterio with a skull, though. And then a Captain America Venomized. We've already built. Hold on, where did I put my Venomized Avengers? Because they were up here. But then I moved the figure displays, and they're not on the figure displays. I've lost Captain America, but they're hanging around somewhere. Same with Wolverine. I don't have a J. Jonah Jameson. So that's another figure I'd welcome in the magazine. Most of my Spider-Man and Marvel figures come from the magazine because I don't really display, even that Spider-Man set that I got, I don't display it. But this, it is a cool set. I do like the tan. And there's less windows here as well. So it'd be easier to part this out. Yeah, I've got all of those bricks, I think. Maybe I build the Bugle. Should we build... Oh, wait, there's the Spider-Man movie's coming up. When's that? That is July sometime. Let me just build the Bugle. Maybe we build the Bugle for the Spider-Man movie. There's a Spider-Man tin coming in the magazine. I think that month. I think like a week or two before the movie comes out. Do I have a date? I have a preliminary date of the 22nd of July. When does Spider-Man 4 come out? 31st of July. Yes, it's exactly a week before. That's on a... Is that on a Wednesday? 22nd, not 24th. No, it's a week and a little bit afterwards. Excited to see that. That is definitely something I'm going to be watching in the cinema. I think I prefer the playset. If the playset came with Punisher, came with Daredevil, and maybe Firestar still, then yeah, I'd probably pick that up. What? Oh yes, rain. The rain was so quick though. Oh, morning snow. Hello there, thanks for hanging. It's still raining, just lighter. That's nice to know. You like the letter sign over the flatter one. You like the letter sign over the flatter one of the new one on top. Yes, I do like the letters more than the billboard. Perhaps the billboard. Now the billboard could take up a floor of like because Bugle is all photos, you could have a red room on the middle. That's what I'd do. I'd move the billboard down to the middle floor, have a little red room behind it. And then this billboard I'd probably put on the side of the building. Doesn't work too well. Maybe the billboard can come out over the side or go around the corner. I love seeing, like for Mando, they had a giant billboard. I think this is the New York one that goes around the corner and they try and make it seem 3D like it's going in. And they had Grogu in the popcorn bucket. That was cool. I do like seeing some of the designs that go around on that. All right, let's clip these together. So I think we'll start off with the Micro Minas Tirith, because trying to downscale that. All right, bring you in. Come on. Why aren't you going in? I think I might have to pop this back. Oh, look at that. The whole engine comes out and looks like a little flower, a budding flower. And maybe even just taking this thing off. If it's going to cause that many issues, take it off, pop it back on, and then we don't have to worry about it popping off. There we go. That's one. And this is to hold that flower. There was the... What else did I change? Oh, at the front, I added, instead of using the bricks, I added some more of the slopes that we've used elsewhere on the ship. And again, I'll show that off in the video. That's pretty straightforward to do. Similar thing to what we've done for some of the other displays recently. Really need to find that middle engine block, which came on the original set. So I know I've got it. I just don't know where I've put it. I also think that this Bugle, because it's smaller at the base, I mean, it's what's that, 16 or 12? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Compared to the other one that's basically modular, it could be 32 studs. I think it's probably closer to 16. Actually, it could be 32 studs wide. Why aren't you going in? Come on. Come on, stop being awkward. You're just clashing on the inside. I don't want to put too much pressure and chip away at the paint. Maybe... Okay, let's move that out of the way. Maybe I'm being too light-handed with it. Always pops up. I think it's got a nice array of minifigures as well. As for Minas Tirith, I said I was going to bring it up. Minas minus Tyrith. If we're building this but smaller, I was going to try and go with like a magazine sized build. I think that's too small. I think we do more polybag sized build. One stud goes down and the other pops up. And then we'll get some like tan slopes on the base. The hardest part's going to be those walls. Because right now I'm seeing the doors are flat and they're probably 90 degrees with the outside wall round the corner. But we have two angles that meets it there. If we're doing it so small, I don't even know if we'll fit all those wall segments. I would like to get something that looks as close to this as possible. I'm looking at a cheese slope for that middle piece. See, I do one and the other one pops off. We might have to rethink this. I'll wait for them to dry completely so I can just squeeze them down. Yeah. I'm on the big screen. I've made it. Thank you. And then a little white. Maybe how they've done the snot bricks with a window. Let's just bring this up. How they've done the snot bricks with a window there. Snot bricks are going to be our friends for doorways as well. We'll get a little bit of grey in there. Definitely be using the grills on the towers to try and get some of the different lines up. All right. You're it. Nope. Now you're, nope. Now you're in. Stay in. Stay down. Don't resist it. Cool. 3. The fourth one's going to be the hardest because if we're popping these off with 3, the fourth one is so going to be getting in the way. Straight on. Straight on. And then, come on. Lucky number 4. Someone's lucky number is number 4, right? You think Rivendell's still the best large scale set? It's always going to be my favourite. Your friend pre-ordered that set. It takes you months to a year to build. How many parts is it compared to the Sow Barge? Because it might take months to build. It's 8,278. 8,278. Can anyone remember how many parts were in the Sow Barge? Preferably without looking, but you know, if you need to remember on Google, then fair enough. I might have to Google it myself. And there we go. Engine is in. We can see a bit of the white from the outside, so as long as... Oh, hold on. You're not in fully. As long as we don't look directly down the engine, that should be all right. And then I still need to find whatever's on the front. Oh, did you pop off? I hope so, because I've already got 4 of them on. We must have grabbed one from the side. Can I do it without moving any of them? No, probably not. We have to at least take the flower off, which looks really nice. Botanical Star Wars, there we go. 3,942 pieces. Thank you, Bevel. So it's over double. It would take us through live streams. I want to say 2 months. I think 8-9 weeks. If we do a stream a week and we're spending 3 to 3 and a bit hours, it would take us 2 months to build. That is nuts. Isn't the Death Star a few more parts than that? We're going to have to get that started early if we want that ready for May next year. We're going to have to start that. I mean, April is a busy month. We may have to start that February or January and hope that we don't get that many breaks in streams. because that's going to be a nuts build. Oh, one of these didn't dry, or I touched the sponge, which I think I touched the sponge. Don't do that. And then, oh no. If one of you lands face down on the mat, I'm not going to be happy. Stop it now. Don't do it. Took you a week building every evening until 12 to finish the UCS Star Destroyer. Maybe we'd need 24-hour streams. Maybe we need 24-hour streams. 3 hours times 9 is about 27 hours. Maybe we'd need a 24-hour plus stream. Or a 24-hour stream. Yeah, I'm going to be so slow by the end of that 24 hours. I think it would take me a 33-hour, 36-hour, day and a half, just to make it even. 36 hours for me to build it in one stream, and a whole load of energy drinks if I'm staying up for one stream. No sleeping whatsoever. And just pop you into place. When you push down one side, the other side pops up. Aha, nope. And when you push down one of them, the other one pops up. And there we go. All in place. Lovely. And there is the Razor Crest. Haha, just got to find that one engine. And also recolor this as well. It's grey at the minute. It should be yellow. But before we start building Minas Tirith, there's the Razor Crest from yesterday. How cool does this look? We've added a little bit more detail than Lego had, especially at the front. That's my favorite bit. How the front sits so flush. And the cockpit's pretty nice. It's only got 3 chairs in, but there's a little sneak peek at the cockpit. We've got Mando's big chair and 2 default chairs for Grogu and maybe Zeb. I think Grief Karga sits in the cockpit a few times on occasion. We've got Frog Lady. We've got Frog Lady as well. Oh, how could I forget? And then I do need to clean that. I can't leave that with bits on. But Lord of the Rings Minas Tirith, I'm going to start off by getting some wedges. No, the door has to be like 2 studs wide. So if the door's 2 studs wide, then the walls are probably 3 studs wide, then a pillow, then 3 studs. We could get a 2x3 in tan to make that angle, and then we've got a stud and then another 2x3, maybe even round it off. Maybe include that as some sort of snot technique. I've never wet the sponge in like a tub like this. First time for everything. And then, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then wool. I won't count in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12 by 8. We'll have it come out a little bit for the bridge, and we'll make it 12 by 8. Hello there, Semi-Brick fan. Just came back from watching the new Mando movie. How did you find it? I'm seeing it again at the end of the week, so I cannot wait. Not taking any notes here. Not like the first time. I'm going to sit back enjoying it. Seeing it with a few more family members as well. See what they think about it. And I might cover it a little bit for channel members as well, as I didn't really do anything the first time round. So channel members, stay tuned. Keep an eye out for that. That will probably be sometime next week. You're looking forward to your Lego finally arriving. It's the best time of the week when the Lego arrives. All right, let me clean my hand, and then we'll start on the base. You definitely like how flush it is. Yes, it's my favorite part about Lego models that I create is how flush they can be. Let's see if we can pull some of that from the Razor Crest for Minas Tirith. I don't know if that went in the bin or not. I hope so. Did it? Yeah, it did. It did go in the bin. Hey, bullseye. I said about tan. Now let's see how much tan I have. So I want 2 of these on each side. I don't think that's happening. See, we could get a 4. We could widen it either forwards or back, but this is the perfect shape. We got dark tan. It's got to be... There's a mix. There's a mix of tan and dark tan at the base. So we could sneak a dark tan in there. Oh wait, you're the same size. I need one of you. Something in the middle. I'm going to use tan at the front. No. Oh, you're the same. Wait, you're the same size. Wait 1 second. How do I have 2 of you and not a partner piece? I have 2 tan 2x3s. Maybe we've got a light tan one side, dark tan the other side. That will be where the troops are rushing. And then it will be built like that, 1x2 in the middle, pillar coming up this bit. So we'll include maybe around 4x4, try and get them in place. That would require the wall to come out this far. And I don't know how we'd get that done with the studs there, unless we just have a snot brick with a cheese slope. Let's see what other bigger slopes we have. We might need to make the base even bigger. Bring the base out on these, and then 1x2 coming down the middle, and basically build the walls like this. Have the walls go like that, column in the middle, even have the walls go like that, bring them one further in or one further back, so that we can have a little display, maybe a little horse out the front, and a 1x2 through the middle. Either way, we're going to need a 1x2. Let's see what we got. 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s, 0s. Yeah, it was actually good. Felt like a few Disney episodes. Really enjoyed it. Rot's voice was unexpected. It was. There's only 3 movies you're looking forward to. One of them is the last Jackass movie. Didn't see any of those. And Spider-Man Brand New Day and Avengers Doomsday. I can't believe we're getting 2 bit. Like, I'm more excited for Spider-Man, but Doomsday is going to be a massive movie. So that'll be a good one to catch in cinemas. If we've got, right, 2 door. No, we're going to need another one in the middle here. So we've got a door, pillar, 1, 2, something, and then 1, 2, something else, and another 2. So it's not very very part effective to use these 2x4s, but they're definitely going to be secured down. So I think this is how big the base is. It's an 8x12, and we're not going to need any of those 2x3s. So I think I can put those straight back, use some snot bricks, use some bar and clip elements as well. Let's go back to bar and clip. Let's forget about these parts that are made for it. With a bar and clip, we could get some white bars or candle elements for the sides here, and then a clip on a bar, or we could include a nipple tile with a clip that could run on top of the walls. And then we have, actually, I think it's better if we include the clip at the bottom. I'm not sure how we'd get that done underneath. Maybe a 2-length bar, and that could go in another brick, because we set about a column there. I'm going to mark it out with round bricks. Oh look, got a few white ones poking out. So that's where the door is. Yes. If I can get a little slope sticking out, I will. Maybe a grey tile that acts as the little road with a little something. A column here, and then another one that goes across 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. And then we need a across 1 and 1, 2, 3. Like so. Yeah, something like that. And then we've, oh, wrong camera. And then we've got the walls going in between. I like the way that looks. Do I know the old school mouse droid builds? The one where the body's just a 1x1 with 2 studs on either side. How many mouse droids would you... A 1x1 with 2 studs on either side. The old school mouse droid builds. Oh, the 1x1 snot brick. How many would I be able to build? Oh, well. These are my snot bricks, and these are the ones that I haven't used. Most of these have studs on 2 sides, so a fair amount. It's, you know, about 2/3 full. Those 1x1s with the, let me grab them, with the studs on both sides as well. Which drawer are they in? These ones. I got quite a few of those. It would have to be a rainbow mouse droid army, but I think I could put together at least 50. At least 50 of them. Should have kept the clips out. Clips in white. Ooh. What about you? The reason I want to use clips is because I can get some studs on these. So this with a 2x2, maybe even a door rail. That's what we need to add on top. Or something like this, where we can add a 1x1 with a hole in and then stand it down. But that's not going to be big enough for what we need. So I'm going to stick with those clips and grab some nipple tiles. See what we can do there. Can do 9. That is a solid number. But that's probably 9 regular ones. So excited for the new AT-AT and Sandcrawler. Oh, the AT-AT's priced fairly. I think it still sucks that the Int 4 is a lot behind the AT-AT, especially with the speeder. You get so much in that speeder. I think I had something else in mind. I had something else, which is why I thought the Sandcrawler was better, because I didn't really have any expectations. I just wish that the Mudhorn was a little more, again, probably a little more like I picture it. We can't have everything our way. Ah, so this isn't going to fit down because it needs to be a little higher, which should support our stud theory. No nipple tiles on here. Gonna need 3 AT-ATs. Oh, it's like a UCS N1 on a good deal. 3 AT-ATs would look sick together. Expensive, but it would look like an AT-AT army, back to back, snowy side of a mountain, perhaps. Perhaps. And what if? How big are these pillars? We don't really want them this big. We could use them this big for the front door. And that'd help us get the arch over the top. But we don't want them that big. Not if we can help it. The stud's got an extra little bit sticking out the top, which is what I'm hoping will hold up the clip a bit higher. Yeah, it does. So it can now support the whole angle. It could go 360 and maybe, just maybe, we'll get a brick on top of this. Can we get a brick on top and still support the clip? No. So that brick will have to be, what, the other way? Does that work? Yeah, it fits. But that does not feel legal in terms of stressing the Lego brick. That feels like it stresses. Well, if it says it doesn't stress, I'm willing to take its word for it, no matter how wrong it might be. We need a little bar there. Let's go. Hello there. Hello there. Thank you for the raid. We're putting together a mini Minas Tirith right now. based on the brand new set that just came out. There it is, Minister on the side. And we're building a little polybag build. I was talking about some of the other new sets, like the new AT-AT for over in Star Wars, which is a really good set. Definitely a big fan of the AT-AT. It's probably going to warm up on me. I still hold myself to the fact that I want to make a motorized one. When that set comes out, I'm going to add a little motor in it. Oh, that could not have lined up more perfectly. Take a close look at that. That second clip is going... I need to secure this together so that I can actually bring it up and show you. Let's get another 3 of these on, because I'm addicted to the 2x4. And then I can at least lift it up. I have another brick. Yes, another brick separator. Always keep 2 at hand. Come on, let's go. Hiya. And then once we've got the basis of the walls, we can try and fit a few more walls further back, because it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 tiered cake that we're making here. So a door rail is going to fill that gap. We're going to have a tile that will bring that in a little bit. And then this will just be a brick. I might go with a masonry brick. I might go with a masonry brick. It's one of the best color bricks and their best type of bricks. And then we can add little clips on top of that as well. Probably 2 of them, and then mimic this on the other side. That's going to have an empty pillar. And actually, this could stay. This could stay as a 1x1 round brick. And then we make this a little bit lower, because this has to be a little higher. So something like that should do the trick. Let's grab some white tiles and door rails and masonry bricks. White tiles, door rails, and masonry bricks. I hope there's some cheaper Lego Star Wars sets over the summer. Actually, we've seen the Pokemon sets yesterday, but now they're on Lego.com. We should have a look at the prices, because we had a good mind of what we thought the prices should be. We know that's never accurate. They're always a little bit different. All right, let's try and find Pokemon. There you are. Learn more. Products. So before we look away. It's still on my screen. I've got to look away. Before we take a look, we expected them to be a little bit higher than 10 pence per piece. Oh, you can look at the desk. You can see what I'm building. And that put like a 300 part set was probably about 35 quid. We had the 80 part. Oh, what's the name? What's the name of that Pokemon? The pink one, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff we thought was going to be about 10, maybe pushing 13 pounds. Some of the smart brick ones are probably going to be a bit more expensive. Hello there. So what do we think with Pokemon? Do we think it's going to be expensive because it's smart play? Or do we think they're going to lower the price from Star Wars? Ooh. All right, let's have a little look. These are the sets that were already revealed. I'm going to try and go one at a time. So if you want to sort of play along, cover the right ones. I'm going to get way too distracted. Wait, 110. Is this the one that came with the smart brick? Okay, 700 parts. I was thinking like, oh, 80, 90, 110. But it comes with the smart bricks. Silly money. Yeah, not a fan of the crotch smart brick. As an inside joke. Here we go. This is what I was expecting. All right, this is a good price. A lot of big parts. I think that is what it is. Big parts. So they're worth less, which you think you're paying for more Lego, you're going to be paying more. But it's never the case. It never makes sense. I can't explain it. It does not make sense. More Lego, but less price. It makes sense at the UCS scale just because of how much you're paying already. But at this scale, I don't see how this works. Pokemon merch is so... it is going to be expensive, yeah. It's so Lego. I think they might have learned. Bevel, they might have $17.99. I think this is a good price. Could I be ending up with an Eevee from the Smart Play set? Because Eevee came in a bigger set. I think we expected that to be like a 70 quid set. So if it's cheaper than that, I might have a little look for it. What was the next set? Umbreon and Garchomp. 70 quid. Wait, it might actually be cheaper than 70 quid because the one that Eevee's in is one of these bigger Pokemon and then Eevee's tiny. It might be cheaper. We might be getting an Eevee. I don't want to celebrate too early. I might be picking up an official Lego Pokemon Smart Play set before a Star Wars set, which I think that's crazy. Let's keep going. All right, we'll go in threes now. We've got... Oh yeah, I don't know who these Pokemon are. Does anyone in chat know who these Pokemon are? Can anyone help us? Is there anyone out there? Did I know Pokemon in Pokemon Universe can actually devolve? I did not know. Thank you for letting me know. They can devolve? I know. I always thought like Pikachu and all the Pokemon we saw were the first evolutions of them. And then they brought in some previous ones, didn't they? Because I know Pichu. I think Pichu's the pre-evolved Pikachu. But I also know there are some of them that aren't devolutions. Devolutions is a nice... Devolutions has a ring to it. I love devolution. Pokemon is such a deep lore-based thing that there's so much going on. It's kind of like Star Wars. I suppose it's what most fans feel like with Star Wars in the term, in sense of if you've not joined it from the start, there's so much to catch up on. It's possible. We watched Ninjago this year for the first time. I'm adding Bionicle into our queue after I play one of the games for it. They added egg/hatchling forms. Oh, I suppose if they can evolve, yeah, it's... Now that they've done that, see, it was all right. This is an Order 66 level stuff. Now that they've added that, it seems weird the fact that Pikachu can like come out of an egg. Say, I don't know how Pokemon are born. Maybe some of them are mammals. But it does seem weird them coming out full size. And Pikachu evolves to Raichu as well. I don't think we've seen Pikachu evolve. The Pikachu. Ash's Pikachu. Maybe that was like some finale that I missed. But I think he keeps Pikachu into the future series. So many clips. Yes. We need them all. We actually do need them all. Minas Tirith deserves it. It's worth it. Definitely worth it. Another one of these. Whoa! 25 quid. Wait, why is this better value than the Mario sets? Isn't it? Mario Kart specifically. I remember the Mario Kart... Smash that spelling. I remember the Mario Kart sets being pretty expensive. In terms of what they had, because it was a lot of new printed parts, bigger elements. Super Mario. Mario Kart. Bowser's Castle. That's fair enough for Bowser's Castle. No! Even though they're big parts and different prints. Yeah, Mario's interactive figure. Again, it's the interactive parts. This is what we wanted from Star Wars. The interactive parts being more expensive is fair enough. But everything else not taking the hit from it. And I'm looking at some of the parts. Okay, there's a few little parts used in this, but you've still got some of the big round bricks. We've built the Mach 8. The Mach 8 had a lot of plates. It did. So this being quite a bit cheaper. Oh, it's about on par with the parts. Maybe it's a bit more expensive, actually, comparing it to the other sets. £25. We didn't have a £25. We had a £17.99. This has the flexi wheels at the back, and it's Pokemon as well. We've got the new arms. We've got the new... Oh, that's not a new torso piece. That is 4 pieces around the outside. But the face. The face is exclusive to this set. Do I know what happened to Lego Mindstorm? I don't. I know that it disappeared, and I know there was a few different train sets and that have come and gone over the years as well. I think this happened this. Where's the window? This happened to Lego Mindstorms. I think Mindstorms was a stepping stone. We had power functions, we had boost, there's been a few train ones that have almost looped back around. I think they were stepping stones. Dimensions. I think Dimensions was a stepping stone as well to the next project. By the way, what I'm doing here for Minas Tirith is adding those little clippy bits over the top so that they stick out, because that's something that jumped out to me when I saw the set and just Minas Tirith generally. Looking at that, I might need to add a stud or even a brick onto there and then get a green tile, a sand green. Oh, there's something in the middle, but that sand green should be a little taller. Almost level with the next layer. I'm tempted to add a brick on the top. Is this getting carried away? No, this isn't getting carried away. This is how big it should be. And potentially add in, I should have added a 1x4. I was going to add clips down here. I think a 1x4, maybe a door. If we've got some 1x2 clips in brown, I'll add a door in there as well. You think Mindstorms become something else? There's so many different, like with the smart plate, there's so many different electronic things that Lego have jumped on. It is quite hard to keep track of them. As someone that never got too deep into any of them, there have been so many that have come and gone. And so many apps as well. There's so many apps that have come and gone, and support has been stopped. I lose track. We've got a little doorway, so that will burst open, allow Gandalf to come on through. This is actually going to turn out to be pretty amazing. And then we need some brown and green on that. Let's grab some colour. Some green, some brown. Oh, I don't have brown. I don't have a lot of brown. Heavier on the green, I guess, and some round ones as well for the domes. Maybe studs or tiles. I'm thinking studs have more of a dome. A tile is quite flat, but then these dishes also look quite flat. Oh, and the rounded white plates. I'll get there in the end. Get some 1x2s to stack. So, oh, 1x4 actually would have the flat side. Do I like having Nightbot in the chat? Yeah, Nightbot's pretty cool. I did use Nightbot a bit more when I started out for certain links and commands, but now that everything's almost exclusively on the tubes, on YouTube, I've come to use Nightbot less and less, and I'll pin my own things in chat. But Nightbot and other Stream Elements things do help starting off. I think it's also a case of having Nightbot there if someone... I did have a few commands. I think the commands are still active. I just don't remember what the commands were. Oh, they got lost to time ages ago. Oh, we've got a few little bits sticking out as well. If only we could drop that a stud. Could we? Might be able to. Let's pop this whole thing out. Yes, all of this out. Oh, you're not playing nice. And then see if we can slide this on before the top. No, we can't, because it's not a brick. It gets caught on the top of the Flickfire missile. So that gives our answer to that. Good enough. We don't have to change a thing. Off to work. Thanks for hanging. Enjoy your shift. And don't forget to come back and check out the Minas Tirith finished model. All right, so you need another plate below you then. Maybe a door rail. Hold on. Any little arches sticking out? So did Lego actually comment on my channel? They did. They did comment on the Batman stream. what stream? It was one of the later ones in the series. But yes, that is an actual comment left by the official LEGO channel as well. How awesome is that? Pretty cool, right? To have LEGO themselves comment, that is up there in channel achievements. For sure, that's right near the top of channel achievements. Get the one by one part. There you are. And there was something else I was looking at. These are for the back wall. They're getting any more snot bricks around the side. And then there is a slope that comes up around the left. Doesn't go the full way, does it? I think it does go the full way round, but doesn't it? Oh no, it starts. All right, this is like a maze. I think it goes up to the right and then in and then up to the left. And maybe it goes up at both sides. It is like a little maze. It is awesome. You had a big LEGO YouTuber comment on your first stream. That's pretty cool too. That is. It's nice to see when bigger companies, bigger creators have a little look around, see what else is popping off. All right. This clip's a funky one. Come on. So you're going back. We only want the best for Minas Tirith. You're pretty cool. And then, do we want a clip? Do we want a clip on here? Maybe we leave that one off. Add some clips on the front. This is getting way too tall on the front. Ah, it's like a plate taller. We're like 2 plates taller. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. What I might do is add a bracket. No, we'll keep the tiles. We'll keep the tiles on the front. Let's start working on the next layer once we've got these door rails on. Otherwise, I'll be building this all stream. There's a few other little builds that I want to get done from the June 1st wave. This closes in the front real nice. I think we continue this style of pattern on. So the way we've worked the first side, I think we continue the bar elements clipped on. That's a solid foundation. And then we just get smaller each time. So I'm thinking just 1 stud gap. We've got 4 layers, right? So that's first layer. Second would be there. Third would be there. Ooh, I don't think we go that deep. I think we add jumpers and then build the wall off the jumpers. This second layer, we only have 4 walls. So we'll have 1 going to about here and 1 going to the middle. That would help us out a lot. I might need to replace these studs with tiles selectively as we go on. Let's see about those tan or white jumpers, maybe white. Match up to the walls then. Maybe tan, it matches up to the floor. And we do have a little bit of grey on the inside. So outside wall, next wall is, let me blow this up for you. Jumpers. And then we've got the studs again. And then we do jumpers. Then we might as well just do bricks. Rather than doing jumpers, I think we do bricks and have it a bit flatter because they'll meet closer at the edge. And then we've got the little tower with the slope coming out the front. So this will actually be a slope at the front. Or we'll need to build it up through here. I'm going to push this one back so it's got a little bit of height. And see if I can get one of those slope bricks to represent this grey Dorito sticking right out. This is Minas Tirith. Just come back from your workout. Nice. We didn't check for the instructions, did we? Because they're available to insiders. Wait, they're actually out before the public gets them. Oh, yeah, let's whack open one of those instructions. We could use it. Maybe even steal some of the little bits that they use for Minas Tirith to add into still borrow. borrow now, not steal, to put into our Minas Tirith. Right, where do they start with a base? Minas Tirith, City of Kings. The role of Minas Tirith in the conclusive battle for the Middle Earth sometimes overshadows its glorious 1,000-year-old history. 1,000 year? How do they know that? How do they know that? 1,000? That's also a long time, but for Middle Earth, it does sound a long time. Also doesn't sound too long a time. Here the hammer stroke will fall hardest. That bit of rock kind of sets it apart from any other little kingdom. Here's the first bit of the build, the outer gate, which separates. 1, 2. Oh, we could build a little interior as well. Once we've got the walls built, we'll come back and see. Depending on what time we've got, we'll come back and add a little interior in the front. So this is going to have to be a lot taller, this cheese slope, because it barely sticks out the bottom gate. What's gone wrong? There's a line. There's a line that goes the whole way across, sometimes 2 lines. Can everyone see that? The lines that are going across. Oh, they stopped. Hey. Okay. That might just be the render of the image. We're on wall 2 now. Is that the second? There's the gate. I thought there were 2 gates then. That got a bit confusing. Seeing both at once. And then Lego have done... So what angle is this? This is a 2x4 angle. Is that... No, that's just the base. That's what I was trying to find, the angle of this. It's not a Lego angle. They've used some hinges, 3 hinges to hold it on. And that's how it must split up then. So this is the first one. Oh. Okay, that's quite snazzy how they've built that up. Considering there's just slopes on the side. I like that. We do have the 3 clips on here. So I definitely want to build that up a little more. And then maybe even a bracket. Slap a bracket on the top. Yeah, that's not a bad angle that we've got going on. We just need an extra brick in the middle maybe. If we've got the front so tall. No, not a brick, a plate. A white 1x1 plate. And then that raises it higher than the clips. Maybe 2 plates. How's 2 plates look? Yes, 2 plates is the one, and this back one will be almost level, so we'll only put 1 plate on that one, and it preferably be a plate with a hole in it, because then it looks like you can actually get a figure standing in. There we go. 2 of them. Same way you've got that hole on the top. Yeah, this'll do. That's the one. And then another plate on the back one here. What do we have at the top? 2 pillars with a green brick. I'm thinking a green stud's the way to go. I might even push a lime green in there. Would a lime green be a bit too much? We do have a tower down here. I'll come back to add this tower and let's double check. Mirrored on both sides. Just on the one, that's such a zoomed out image. Just on the one, there's a grey tower back here. So there's a grey and white tower, a green tower. And with that, let's see about the next path, because we've got something coming from there, something coming from here. I think we can get away with using these. I think we get away with using a lot more masonry bricks than I would have expected, as long as we've got the 1x1s to back it up. So I'll add some lime green at the base. Would we get away with lime green at the top? We might do. I think it's pushing it, but we might just do. And then 1 wall there, Can we get a tower in the middle? And whose wall's gonna be the thickest? That's the question. Let's take a look at perhaps the second instruction book. Yes, this is just for the base. So second one is book 2. Guess we don't need book 1 anymore, and we will need book 3. Let's open it ahead of time and see what angle they want these walls at. And who gets the 3 studs compared to the 2? It's quite cool that the instructions, I suppose, oh, that's what it is. I'm thinking it's the first today. It's not the first of the month today. It's the second of the month today. And that's why the instructions are out, because they've been out for quite a while. And yes, this is why we waited till today. I was going to do this all yesterday. Besides the fact that it's Mando Monday and we don't interrupt Mando Monday. Is this 2 walls? Oh, this is like the interior, isn't it? Yes, very much the interior and the outer wall. Not that we're seeing much of the outer wall. Whoa. Nice pillars. You always count on Lord of the Rings to have some real nice architecture. Flip it around, show us the other side. Oh wow, that was a big old plate. How did that feel? That was the rock side at one side. But still none of that wall. This is it. This is it. So it's a bent wall at that. But this is the flat side. So this is definitely a 1x2 because it's smaller than this. This is our 1x3. Thank you, Black Sword Johnny Hex, for getting us to bring up the instructions, because that has saved us a lot of time in trying to work it out. And then we've got another tower, and that'll be white bricks up the middle. And it gets thinner as it goes around. Come on, you can fit it. Or do we need another jumper? Oh, I can't lie, a jumper in there would be really good, but we'd need a 2x2 jumper. Because it's thicker, I'm going to grab a tan one instead of white. We got a few of those. And center the wall a little more, so that it can go out further to the slope. This one's got quite a bit of a gap. This one goes up against the slope and up against the column. I just saw myself on the preview whizzing through those instructions. Hopefully you're able to follow up. I guess the instructions aren't too important to read through as we're going. But I realize I'm scanning like some sort of android from a show or something as I'm just whizzing through. And then how many masonry bricks are we going to need? Should I grab another bar? Another 2 bars. Let's see how many come with. That should be enough. Healthy amount. And then we'll stack these up. The original walls are about 2 studs, 2 bricks even. So these should be 3. Definitely at least 3. And then 3, 4. We might need to start towering the walls together. Oh, that looks good. That's a good one. And then we'll top it off with probably 3, 4, 5. Is there any big gaps? 1, 2, 3, and then like a plate at the top. So I'm going to get another one of these slopes for the base. What do we have down here? Maybe 4 of these columns. We have a green on the top this side, and then that's basically a rounded off wall. So I'll see, what do we need? 3 by 3 rounded, and then this side has a cone with a tan tip. So we need a white cone with a tan tip, or a tan cone, because that's the tip of it, and that's coming out of this side. So there's our tan cone, and then what did I say? Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a stud if we've got the green, because 5 is where the tan's at. And green, no. This is level with the front. We didn't want that. We wanted this to be level with, or just lower than the wall on top. So that will do there. We've got a green tower back here. Let's add that in. And what was on the other side? The grey. But it was like maybe a grey cone. If we've used a tan tone on the a tan cone on the other side, on the other floor, maybe a. I went dark bluish, and that's right by this pillar. So far, there's our 2 walls. We're still going to work on the doors a little bit because we need to get some sand green and some brown. It would have been awesome if they were brown clips, and something that we could use to open the doors, as well as little buildings alongside here. This is where the 1x1s are coming really well, and some of the other clips, the grills, to get the buildings along the top. But I said 1 more of those slopes and maybe something to push backwards, because it might be a bit too fragile if we run up the jumpers the whole way. Almost comes over the door. Yeah, that seems about right. Little runway platform up there for you-know-who to run down. And then some more 1x1s. Do I reinforce this side with more white bricks to build up? Or do we add like a panel? Because we're going to need these bricks for this wall. All right. Jumper's not going to cut it here. No, hold on, it might cut it here if we can get a jumper in the middle. Let's try it out with some bricks first. What style of jumper will we need? So, one of you there. Oh, we might just need a jumper in the middle? Or a stud? A middle jumper in there? A 2x2 jumper? What sort of jumper fits? Let's find that out. All right. This is the hardest part. We want a wall to bend round and a wall to almost meet it. Like we need a jumper up the top. But the problem is, if we include a jumper on this side here, if we include a jumper there to stand this down, we're not going to be able to fit a jumper on the other side. So perhaps best we can do is rotate them round on another brick and call it a day there. We can get a plate on the bottom here, maybe a round brick next to it. Does that fit? It fits with a certain angle. Yeah, it fits with a little round. So solid. We'll get a plate to secure you in so you don't pop off. And then keep up the pattern with the bricks around the outside. Don't know how we're managing to keep that up. I think I'll continue the wall on the inside for support. And then that grey, I want to get a snot brick running all the way up. But if this wall's going to stop soon, in fact, I don't know if we can get another brick in. I don't know if we can get another brick on top without it seeming too tall. What do we think of that top wall? It's on the tall side. It's stretching out a little bit. No worries, Babalas. Thanks for hanging. It is on the tall side. I could get a slope coming upwards there, which would tell me when to end. And then I like the 1x1s, and then I'll just brick that out in the middle. So let's get some 1x1s then. Let's get some 1x1s with a snot brick that I can add a tooth to. In dark bluish grey, if I can find a light bluish grey tooth. I got some metal. I want a light bluish grey, please, and thank you. Shouldn't have said that until I found one. There's one. All right, just another one of those. Exactly as it is. Is that it? Is that you? It is. And these teeth are going to give the look of the rocks on the side. In fact, the actual set looks like it uses, I think they're slopes. They're not teeth. This is a much bigger set, but it's that teeth-like shape that we've replicated up the back. And then I might even include just a plate or something on top, so we can include a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't know about you. I'm pretty sure a 1x5 brick doesn't exist. We've got to bridge that all the way to the back, so I might build this platform out after we get that 1x6. That's what we were getting. Forgot about the 1x6 in white, tan, or grey. We got to stick with white. We got to stick with white. It must be done. Get some more white studs on it. Or grey. There's a thought. Or tan. Tan might work. 1 tan, 1 grey. And we'll see just how exact. Oh, wait. Let's put the grey one this side so that we've got the tan opposite to the tan cone. Otherwise, we would have way too much tan in the same space. And then, yes. And a little bit, which I prefer a little bit more. But this top piece here is going to have the rounded bricks. And on top of that, literally a 2x2 that bridges the whole thing together, which should be one plate set up, one plate above what we're adding now, which means we've literally got a brick to work with. Nothing more, nothing less. To whack on the front here. Oh, so we couldn't use a 1x5 if we wanted to. It has to be a 1x3 in grey to fill that gap. And I'll get a, I don't know if I've got, I think I do have a white one. Yeah. A white 1x2 half circle. A few of those in white, a few more in grey. I am using the grey ones at the minute, so they are elsewhere. Do you have exactly the right amount of parts for this? That'd be nuts if I did. And then I think I said a 2x2 round plate. So I'm going to secure all that together with a 2x2 round plate. We got to look at some of the buildings now. Tan, grey, a few slopes, quite a few slopes dotted around. What do I have rounded? I have grey, which was back here. A grey and nothing, then another lime green stud. Has to be lime green. So that one's blank, and on the front, it's this dark tan nougaty. Has to be a tile because we want to get something on top. We then go down a layer. We have our green tower. Do we? Is that down a layer? Yes. And then there's a green next to it. A lot of green being used. Green next to the white tower. We have a tan, something in the distance. Just to show you where I'm looking, let's zoom right in. Come on, Lego. Don't be quieting this image from us. Let's get that zoom. We are here. So we've got the green stud. We've got the tan cone. Actually, I think the tan's a bit higher than the green, so I'm going to stick with a stud. And then, are we a brick short? We're a brick short here. This wall, I've just noticed, this wall's looking a bit short for a stormtrooper. Let's sort that out. We've got some 1x1s we can throw in there. Park it up a little, get that tan in place. And to the left, on the actual wall, it doesn't seem like we have anything more than this dark grey. It looks kind of slopey, very flat though for a tile. I'm going to use a tile in dark grey. And then we have a light grey. We also have this green. Because we've just used, oh wait, we have 3 studs. We have 3 studs to work with. I think I'm going to do dark grey, light grey, green, and that light grey will be a cheese slope. Dark grey, green, and a light grey cheese slope. Maybe the dark grey should be a cheese slope. And we'll add a light grey tile because that's the shortest one of the bunch. And I just really wanted to add some cheese slopes. If you are new, we love a cheese slope here on the channel. So beautiful. We do love a cheese slope. And then, the cheese slope goes too tall to the building. Let's flip it. Let's flip it, make this column look even taller and potentially get another 1x1 in white. Oh, we've got those funny little swirls as well. Funny little swirls. The little ice cream swirls. These are the guys that we can add up into... Oh, what about this one? What if we move the green over and then have a little ice cream swirl on the side? Fancy it out, yes. So we started packing our build with these little buildings. I will say I'm actually loving the lime green because we've used white. Minas Tirith is white. It looks like a daylight Minas Tirith. It's never looked brighter. It has never looked brighter than today. And that makes it look really good. And then we're going to look on the other side. We need to add some soldiers to this. Not a great angle here. There was another image, the zoomed out one. This is it. The zoomed out Minas Tirith. If you do want to get the full resolution image and your device can handle it, just get rid of the bounds at the end of the web URL. And there we go. We've got the full look at the scene. We've got the grey building, which should be a bit further along. So I'm going to pick you up and move you. You're right by this end of the castle, but you're not. You're further than the tan one, aren't you? You are further than the tan one. That's the closest you can go, just past the tan tower. Just past it. About half a stud from that angle. Next to the tan, we have a grey slope again, and then a dark tan something or other. Do I have any more of that? I have a dark tan 1x1, but I found a nice nougaty one for the row above it. And we can't get anything on this far stud because of the tooth. It sticks out a little too close to it. So I think we add another slope. We can actually afford to slope it up into the tower on this side without it looking too short, because we've got that nice tan spire sticking out pretty much to the height of the next floor. I think that's pretty accurate. And then there is another tower. There's a space and then another tower. So it's hanging down over the side of the building. I'm going to go with that dark grey 1x1 that I put back and couldn't find for a second. So we've got a variety of the dark grey pieces as they're all together. Make sure I hold this together so it doesn't fall out. We don't want that. And that's looking quite good. And then a 1x1, and I might, because we've got a plate more height to plate, or two plates more height, I might add a cheese slope sloping off, or we could add a 1x2 slope with the little 1x1 recession. We'll see what a cheese slope looks like. But yeah, we'll see what a cheese slope looks like. We can't know if we don't try. Cheese slope on a 1x1, that is. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We could add an extra little something coming out of the top, especially like a grey door owl. I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. Maybe a bracket just to fill that gap, and then we can add another white cone on top for that spire that we see. If you have lost where we are by this green spire up here now. So I'm even going to go and get a green 1x1 to stick on top. That'll help us keep track of where we are. That will be, I think we just stick that directly down. We ignore the jumper, call it a day. Need a tan stud. Wait, is this where we are? No, this is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that is where we are. I thought we were on the next one then. It's because of how far it sticks up. A dark tan 1x1. A green, a black, and a dark green. We haven't got dark green down yet. So do we have a dark green cheese slope? And would that fit with a 1x3? Let's get that 1x3 in before we forget, in light bluish grey. Yeah, that's going to have to be a plate, I'm thinking. And then we can get a nice tile going all the way along there. I'm thinking of a white grill. So it looks like we've got the barricade, but there's a white path. Isn't there a white path that goes the whole way up? Have they cut that short? Or is that something that I'm auto completing in my head? My brain is churning, the gears are whirring. Oh, it is. Oh, that's a render that looks a bit white rather than tan. Maybe that is just a white point. Something we can get to a white point. Maybe a tooth towards the end. Do we have a white tooth? We might have a white tooth. We're up at the teeth. We've got a white tooth that sticks over. That's not entirely what we want, but it does have a nice little point to the end. It's got that little point. We just need something that we can point it out with even further, unless we include this. We then have a 1x4, or no, 1x4. We would need some brackets over the side, or that becomes a snot brick, and we have something on the side, even a tile to thicken it out. What can we do here? I think a 1x4. I think a 1x4 is as good as we're going to get at this scale. We can't get too much smaller than that. And it does lock the whole thing in place. And then we fill up the sides as need be, which is we got the tan. This is on top. We got the tan. We need the green and black. We have a few black roofs. I might be able to squeeze one underneath this arch at an angle and then ruin the chance of getting anything greening there. I don't think we can get green with this. I think this element stops our green. All right, let's try and straighten you out so that we can possibly get something in there. Yeah. Do you work? You don't want to work, but you do work at the minute. I can appreciate that. We've got another little tower out here with some green. I'm just going to use the white, and then a building with grey. So a grey slope into the main building, which will be we need a 2x2 round plate still to make it all level. And then maybe another masonry brick slot in at the back. We've got some tiles here that can be green. Get some quarter round tiles. I really want to plant maybe a green jumper. Green jumper's in order. A bright green though, not this sand green, not lime green either. We don't want to confuse it with the rest of the build. A bright green jumper. A masonry brick with, I think the masonry brick's got to have some slopes on it to represent this roof, but we've also got a spire. Hold on, you need to be way taller. You need to be so much taller. I think we can get a tooth at the end of that spire. We need a white cone, maybe some sort of claw, and if we can get a claw, only one brick. If not, we'll double it and get 2 bricks and a cone. Or a wand. Do we have a white wand? Who in Harry Potter has a white wand? We have a claw. We have a candle. Do we have a white wand? Right, I see light bluish grey. I don't think we do have a white wand. Oh, this is better than a claw. This is so much better than a claw. Does Voldemort have a white wand? Because he has the unicorn horn something. Is this Voldemort's wand? This is a powerful Minas Tirith if this is Voldemort's wand at play. Double it. Double it on and pass it to the next person. All right, double it. What if I double it and then add the wand as well? What if we go all out like a rocket? Is that about right, isn't it? It's a good thing I doubled it. I think the base would have been too thin. If I only had a single, it looks too short. The double actually looks good. Yeah, I agree. There we go. And that will stand right next to the building, especially with that masonry brick and the 2 grey slopes. That needs to be taller. So 1 more masonry brick. I've got another of what we've used. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 times. Well, not what we've used, each of the stacks. We've used like 3 stacks. I've got 11 more, which is nuts. Crazy to have that many masonry bricks, but I'll need them at Christmas. That's what I told myself a few years ago when I picked them up, and I did indeed need them that Christmas. Any details missing? All right, you're going to get the grand reveal on the main camera. Oh, this is... Why didn't I do this for the rest? I need to go back and do this to the rest of the Lord of the Rings sets. Is there anything I can add? Anything I can... Oh, the doors, yes. The doors need to have some semblance of green. I did get the sand green pieces, but now I'm looking at the brown. We've got any sand green 1x1s. Sand green 1x1s and then some corner brown pieces. I don't have sand green. I have lime green 1x1s. Oh, that's the green we're using. Yes, lime green it is. And then rounding off the doors, because they're like arch doors, so they've got that arch shape to them. There we are. There's a brown one. There's another brown one. No, that's reddish, dark red. There's a brown one. And that is it. That is it. My improvements to the doors. And then I'll show it. Let me pop off the doors, actually. The entire door piece. 1 arch. Oh, this adds the arch. If you're trying to build... I'll show this off before I show off the full thing. Don't worry. If you're trying to build a mini arch door, all you need is a 1x1 quarter. And you see how it's gone from the squarest door I could have built to a arch. You can see the shape. It goes over and around and it gives the illusion of an arch, and they open. These doors do open as well. Easier if you put it down on the base. Let's see how well they do open. There you go. You are on. And here's Minas Tirith. Oh, look at that. Isn't it amazing? I mean, not to toot my own horn now, but it is pretty good. And then to open the doors, I haven't tried this yet. So I don't want to get the 1x1 tile off. I need something that what I should have done is had a gap at the bottom that I could put my finger through and just poke it out, because I can't reach round the side. Wait, brick separator. Brick separator. There's a way to do this without damaging the rest of the build. And I think I've got it. If I wedge a bricks... No, it's not working. Let's go for it. There we go. Oh, I popped the wall off. But there we go. 1 door open. And the second door's always the easiest. But come inside. It's fun inside. Minas Tirith Micro. This is so cool. Oh, I'm definitely going to revisit some of the other Lord of the Ring builds. What we need now, though, is a little Gandalf on a horse. I want to build Gandalf on his horse, riding through those doors, or maybe a little bit away, recreate the scene with it. And then we'll take a look at some of the other sets. Put it on Rebrickable. I just might put this together. It's that good. It'll be worthy of it. Oh, I forgot some 1x1s on the back. Nice little shape, little windows on the inside. I didn't forget it. Done on purpose, right? Think you might need a mini Gron to get in. That might be Gandalf on the horse. You know what? The make and take was a Grond. I saw someone say yesterday that it was announced as well after we talked about it. This one here. Oh, we wouldn't be able to do the hanging bit, but we would be able to do a mini Grond. And yeah, we can get this done. So I want to do it on a 2x4 base. How many brackets do I have? I think I have enough brackets for it. If we use some brown brackets and brown tiles to get the sides up, and similar pieces as we use for the clips on top. Just one more. And then a jumper in the middle for ground. Maybe this is a 2x3. Maybe it's a 2x3, not a 2x2. And then, yeah, we can get this to work. Get some black wheels underneath. A 2x3, maybe some jumpers on it. And then, is there a gap between the front and back? Are these connected with a bar maybe? Or is there a disconnect? That's important. So there is a bar going through the middle. Maybe a 3x3. That feels like it's too long. I could just add the jumpers onto this. So I'm going to add some black jumpers in between Grond. Grond is totally the creature swinging there. Grond and their frame. And Grond is a tooth for the snout. Not going to be a shiny one though. Do I have a dark one? I have a black one. I have a light one. Shiny one it is. There you go, Grond. Nice shiny nose. A red stud. A black nose. A red stud. I didn't get the quarter elements. Or instead of a red stud, I'll use a flat red one. I don't know if the flat red one is going to fit. I want to use a flat red one because it doesn't have the same shaping as a 1x1 stud. Maybe the shaping will be handy this time. A quarter tile is what I was getting. I didn't, because they're already out. Are they? Oh yeah. That's for the nose. We can shape this as we please. If I have a black one, is that no? Ooh, dark brown. And then all of this on a 1x4 rounded plate. Maybe 2 1x2s. 2 1x2s. One on either side. Then we've got, oh hold on, no, have I just made it impossible to get? I think I've made it impossible. And we want flames. We do want flames. Oh, how do we get flames in? Maybe a snot brick. Sneak a few flames in with a snot brick. A flower piece on top. Oh, we forgot the tree. Thank you. Thank you, Bevel. We forgot the tree. I do have a few spider webs that make nice trees. Do I have a white flower piece? Maybe. Or at least like a little stem and a white flower. Oh, there's a white, not the white stem I was looking for, but you know, I said a white stem, it gave me a white stem. Let's get Minas Tirith back up for the tree. Minas Tirith tree? Minas Tirith tree is kind of is just the stick. I thought it had at least like a little bit more volume to it. So I'm going to add that on top. That will be a massive tree. That's even bigger than the building. Maybe a little flower. 1x1 flower maybe. I should have some of those in white. All right, I'm going to grab those in a second. Once we built Grond. If not, if you don't have a flower, a stud will do. We need something that will go across the base. Which, oh, the 4 wouldn't work, would it? If we've got it, oh no, yeah, because that's the top. 1x4 would very much work. I'm trying to tile it off. I don't know why I thought round pieces would help there, because they're not tiled off either. 1x4. 1x4, nose pointing out, menacing eyes behind, nose capped off. Maybe that's fire to the side. Maybe. And then the back end would have to be something rocky. I don't want to simply use a 1x2. We could get some fire out the back. We could get a ball joint out the back to show it's got some mechanism behind it. Where's the back? Yeah, I'm thinking ball joint would stick it out. And then we tile off the top with a little 1x2. And then for the sides, brown tiles. Do I have many brown ingots? One? No. Oh, just the one. We've got some grills. We've got, yes, tiles, which I already have out. Let's grab that 1x2 one here. Oh, and the ball joint. The ball joint makes it look like it's connected because a lot of Lego Technic things like that would be connected with a ball joint. That way it's kind of stuck in where it's being pulled from. It's not as loose as something like a clip. I might need to take these to the desk. I'm not finding what I want. And any better luck? Yes. Beautiful ball joints. First time pull. The 1x2s though, there you go. Fell straight out. Now I brought it to the desk. And then this will hang in the middle of these. So we want the face out the front, ball joint out the front. We wanted a black or a dark grey clip. Because we've used black on the bottom, I don't want to take away from Grund. This Grund is massive. I didn't say it was to scale. Massive. And we still have the 1x clips, don't we? I do need to clear up after myself. Yeah, black's gonna not clash with the grey. Well, not blend in. It is gonna clash. We want it to clash. And then a reddish brown tile. Almost didn't recognise it with how few tiles I've got in here. We've got one 1x2. That is, oh, that's not good. One single 1x2. I do have one ingot in the drawer. I have two in the N1. I have, oh, wait. I have four on the Mithril speeder. 1, 2. I will return these at some point. I'm not done with the Mithril's land speeder. There's a bigger project that's coming towards, but I think that's for like September, October. So we can manage breaking it apart for Grund. Grund is worth it. And then, yes, the ingots hold up the clips. All right, don't be turning, don't be racing or anything. You're there to break into Minas Tirith. And what a job it would do. I mean, it's effective. You can't fault it there. And then this at the front and back. I don't know why the clips are almost jumping out. Oh, there we go. This at the front and back. It's so small. We need micro cam on this one. There are gaps between Grund and the stand. I think this is the best we can do in the smallest size possible to pair up with Minas Tirith. This beats Gandalf on the horse. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, that's good. Let's get that flower on top. Let's see, which one looks more flowery? You look like you've got a load of flowers. Make sure we get... I always pick them up and then have to, like, cut the desk back on. Or risk knocking it off my lap. That's why I don't do it off screen. Because it's not going to be any better. And then we should also have... There's a few characters I'm thinking of adding. Gandalf and the horse would work. through the door. Those Gandalf and the horse really are just like two white studs on top of each other. Oh yeah, I'm out of white studs. Forgot about that. And then you could add like one of the other characters. We know which minifigure it's gonna be. Oh, wrong one. No, it was the right one. What? It was the right one first time. Computer trying to play tricks. Someone's got to be studded on the end there, running off the diving board. It's not a diving board. You should be running along that. What am I looking for? A white flower. Oh, that's a nice piece. Oh, that's a nice piece. That's the one. It's not the one we were looking for. It's the one we got anyway. And that is this flower. It looks like it's a bit leafy. Don't let that lead you wrong. It's actually just the twigs. Actually just the twigs from the Minas Tirith tree. This one. Look at all these branches sticking out. Stick that right in the top where it's totally got space to be. And that is our Minas Tirith. There it is. Instructions pending. They, oh, look at that. It's really dark on the side. So what happens when you use white bricks? White bricks and black bricks. The camera doesn't like the exposure. And then my favorite part isn't even Minas Tirith. It's Grond. Look at Grond. Tiny Grond compared to Minas Tirith. Actually not badly scaled Grond. Come on, camera. Doesn't know what to pick. We've got a black build. We've got a white build. Oh no, the camera's panicking. It is panicking. Oh, that is beautiful. I like that. I think that is a sweet combo as well. So when I get around to building Barad-dûr, we had the Ring Wraith, and that was the gift with purchase for back end. I don't remember if there was a gift with purchase build, if there was something special. I'm trying to think, because I remember the tent, but that was part of the actual build itself. That wasn't anything special. All right, what else? Oh, it's gotta be the Bluey car. I don't even know how many Bluey sets there are. It's gotta be this. The reason I want to build this Bluey car, before any views click off, don't worry, not a massive Bluey fan. I haven't even seen it. I just love the way the granny costumes look. But this car reminds me, what was it? Little Tykes. Little Tykes car. This right here is the blue. Let's get one without a kid up. This Little Tykes car is 100% this vehicle. In fact, I don't think we need instructions for this. Wait, no. We need an image. Yes. I don't think we need instructions for this. I think the front is going to be a pain in the bum to try and do because we don't have a printed 1x4. So we're going to have to get... We could use a 1x4 in a different color. I actually don't think it should be rounded. Hold on. I don't think it should be rounded. I think we should have maybe a little slope there. But let's get these up side by side. Oh, that's too big. All right. We got to start with the base. I want to make the base a bit thinner. I want to get rid of this gray and have the wheels look like they're sticking out a bit more. So I think I'm also going to I'm going to lower this to a plate. Maybe we want the base to be for a minifigure. So we could use a minifigure display, except for the fact they don't come in red. And we probably want a chair on the inside if we have a chair in bright red. Let's see what we've got to work with. Put some of these away and get our Little Tykes car. I remember having one of these in the garden. We didn't have a massive garden. I'll be honest, the garden was probably like 10 times the size of the car. I wasn't whipping around, but going into the garden, I don't know where that Lego piece went. It ran away. Oh no, found it. So we had a little ramp that went onto the grass. We step out the back door, little like paving slabs, then you go up a ramp onto the greeny grass. Onto the grass. And I used to just you know, with your feet, because your feet stick out the bottom of this, you'd pull yourself up to the ramp and then you'd get in and you'd go down the ramp. And I was like 10 centimeters away from a brick wall. It could have ended in disaster. It didn't. And it was hours of fun. But I would also just go around on the grass as well, just in a circle. I don't even know if I took it out anywhere. I just have memories of it in the garden. And yeah, this is potentially a build that might stick with me for quite some time now. Another red. Here we go. We've got 2 of the red mud guards, which is a solid start, because we can run a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can run a 2x6, and then if we run a 2x6, we've got a space at the front. I'm going to leave that clear for a mouth, or I'm going to add some like quarter slopes. I think I leave it completely clear and then add a white on top. I'm also noticing the bluey arches are at the opposite of these. Wow, that's cool. I like that. It uses less Lego from Lego's point of view, just slightly bit less. And then also makes it easier to put on top of plates. So this is probably a 2x6 or at least a 2x3 that runs the whole way through. Unless the grey's got something in there. And that's they're Technic wheels. I didn't even notice that at first. They're Technic wheels as well. What wheels do we have? We want some wheels that fit with, but I also want to use some like white edge wheels. We're going to have to lower these by about a plate. Maybe we get the plate on underneath. But there's our white wheels. We just need a wheel bracket to connect them. And we want them to be really wheelie in. We don't want them to stick out too much, but this isn't going to work, is it, straight on? No, we need a plate. We need a plate on top. And that plate, I don't want the plate to go the whole way across. I think I'm going to use a round 2x2. A grey round 2x2 or a red round 2x2. Oh, you see where it slopes down at the front here? It does have a slight arch to, you can't even, there we go, down at the front here. Don't know why the mouse keeps disappearing. It does have a little bow to it, which this could create. This could create and then give us a hollow bit. Maybe the minifigure's legs should be visible. And if so, we're going to have a plate on the outside. Oh, wrong way around. This is the wrong element we're dealing with. Whoa, this is not the element that Bluey used. Not the wrong element, just different. And then if we are no, I think we still bridge it. Oh, hold on. What if we do bridge it and then we include 2 tiles? 2 of these at the front to still give the illusion, but then it's further down at the back. And that'll be a 2x6. We can then add this on top, which will plate it out. We won't have to worry about stability. And then we can get a, oh, we could get a plate sticking out to the side. What did I say we wanted on the edge? Let's get that 2x6. 2x6 in, it's gotta be red. It's gotta be. And then is this age? No, this isn't the level, is it? So 2x3s out to the side would give us some plates to work with. A 2x3 and then a 1x3. Would have been cool to have got the feet through. I think we include a steering wheel in this as well, because there is a steering wheel in the little Tykes car. Is it a blue steering wheel? Is it blue? Did I get rid of it? Probably. Yes. Is it a blue steering wheel? It's just red. It's not blue. Why did I think it was blue? Was there a blue? There was a blue car, but there wasn't one with a blue wheel. Okay. Maybe there's a blue strap or something. It's blue. Wait, there is blue. What's that? And why is it not the steering wheel? What is it? What is it? I'm going to add some slopes to the back. Oh, when we could detail it. No, I won't add some slopes to the back. I will probably build it exactly how Lego have done it. Let's get some 2x3s and a 1x3. No more of those 2x6s. And then 2x3, 1x3, and 2x3, oh, slopes. We've already got the slopes. We came prepared in that region. Plenty of other slopes on the desk as well. I think that's my problem when I'm building. I forget to put tubs away. And I did have a table. I did have a table that I put up to the left. I've still got that. And the table's actually over there to the left. But I forgot to put it up today because I forgot I was building. I didn't even forget I was building. I think I was so excited to be building that I just didn't think of it. I didn't think of it. There is no reason. I know I've got some 1x3s because the Coruscant City Tower used a load of them. Especially Palpatine's office. That may have been dark red, now I'm thinking of it. So I didn't know I had any 2x3s. If we put the steering wheel one forward, how does Bluey's car close? Is this Bluey's car? Is this Grandma's car? It closes down on top, so we can't move the steering wheel one forward unless we move the back one forward. And if we move the back one forward, then we add the slope to the back. No, I think how Lego have done it is pretty accurate to how it looks. The left and the right, even with the spacing of the wheels and everything. We don't have this much space for the door, but then again, we did have doors that open. So do we go with doors that open? Do we go with... It does have that slope. Actually, it does have a slope. I don't think it's as extreme as this because it goes down. And like I say, there was a seat and then your legs stuck out through the front, Flintstone style. It felt so good. So it goes down and then sits flush. Maybe a cheese slope or a gradual 1x2 and then it goes back up. I like the shape that this gives. And then some bricks at the back. This is a red seat as well, so it'd only be red bricks. Do I have a red chair? Do I have a bright red Lego chair? Perfect. I have a few. Sorry, Grond. Oh no. Can't be knocking over Grond. Because which way was forwards? This way was forwards. We've got a slope, maybe a brick or something, then a brick, then a wheel, then the chair, which I'm feeling like the chair actually gets in the way a little bit here of those clips. So we might have to add a bracket behind the chair and fancy this up a little bit. Good thing we got a few. Actually, why do I have so many of those brackets? Where did I get those brackets from? Because I have, I'll show you. Not as many as grey, but a very weirdly decent amount of the red brackets. And I don't really have many red brackets elsewhere. There's a few dotted around, but not as many as that. Red's an odd colour to have in brackets. It's one of the strongest. But I just don't feel like Star Wars gets a load of red brackets, so I don't feel like it's a Star Wars set. Up till recently, I haven't been buying too many non-Star Wars sets. It's always a surprise when I see an abundance of parts that I'm not used to seeing in Star Wars, because it makes you think, where'd they come from? How'd they know where my drawer was? How'd they get in my room? How'd they get past the front door? Clearly, I must have ordered some. That's looking better, isn't it? Maybe some slopes as well. It's just the one sheet slope. There we go. The bracket's sitting behind the chair, and then I'm going to get... Oh, I've just had the clip drawer out. We need to go one plate up, or no, you are solid in there. We need to go one plate up, but that raises the chair as well, which actually puts the chair higher than the side. I'm not willing to do that. No, I can't be willing to do that. Cheese slopes. Oh, what if cheese is the answer on the side? And we do plate that up one more. We use cheese slopes, and then we can bring the seat. The seat needs to be a bit lower. The seat needs to be a bit lower than it. We've still got the slopes. Actually, this 1x4 is good for the chair. Can I lower this any further? I actually can lower this further. Wait, that's a crazy thing. I can lower this one seat further if I swap these 2x3s that were there with corner plates. I don't need the corner plates to go the whole way. I literally need them to hold one stud. Maybe a 1x2 would be good enough, but the more the merrier. The more studs we can have. Let's not lose any studs on the way. And let's stick with it. And these corners will act as the 2x3s. These corner plates here. All right, we've taken a look at the set. Let's bring this up closer. These corner plates will act as the 2x3s and support the 1x3 on top. We do have that little gap. That's what the 1x1's for. And there is that extra little red plate at the bottom that's holding the whole thing together, but that's not visible from on top. So we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to concern ourselves with something that you can't see from the outside. I might still run a longer plate along the front. I am debating it, but this drops the chair low enough for a 1x4 slope. Am I correct in that? 1x4 slope to go, a 1x4 arch slope. I don't have any of those 1x4s. Let's hope we have some 1x2s in red in here. Wait, I have nothing red. Oh, do we still have, not Santa Claus. Who did we break down Santa Claus for? Come on, show yourself. Do we still have some of Santa Claus built? Yes, we do. But we also chopped up Santa Claus for a red build. It would stick out like a sore thumb. What could we have used? What could we have built that was red that wasn't Santa Claus? Let's see if, oh wait, I found another red. But this was, again, like January time, and it's mostly cheese slopes. Are there any 1x2 slopes? Yes, there are. So I'm going to nab them off the Coruscant Guard mech. I haven't used this for a while. This is time for breakdown now. And we could build, what, 2 of these type cars using the parts? Oh, not the parts. Using the slopes from it. I still would have loved to have got like a Galactic Marine mech just because of the whole Karma situation. We use this old Trooper Imperial dropship piece as the Karma. It would have been sick to see a material piece. Actually, would have been awesome. But I don't think we're getting another clone mech for a while. If ever. What am I caught on? Nothing. This chair is being replaced. That's it. It's being replaced. Not today, but I will replace it one day. Beautiful, locking the chair in there. And then the clips. Oh yeah, I was going to include the bracket. Now I've doubled, like, no chance. No chance I get the bracket in. Here you go. There's the seat. And there's no chance I can fit the bracket on the back. I forgot that's why I was doing this. I could use snot bricks on the side and get a funky little clip going. Especially those flat clips that I just put away. If I have a red one that's a 1x2, just like you, then I can tile that off and get a 5 tool stack at the back. Maybe we don't need to tile it off. No, we do need to tile it off. Maybe I get a bracket. And then, how could I put them face to face? Maybe I get a bracket and I don't put them face to face. I let the studs hang. I get a bracket and then a cheese slope. A red bracket. That will hold the clips. Clip, plate, clip. Clip, plate, clip. Bracket is half and then another bracket. I'm going to need a second plate in the middle there. Good thing we can. Good thing we can count. Doesn't mean we always do, but I try to. And then a 1x2 below it. And see, we could use a brick and just have it how it is on screen. Also, does Little Tikes have a number plate? Do the Little Tikes? There we go. I was worried that I'll just cut the whole thing. Little Tikes car back. It does have a little number plate on it and actually some lights. So we're going to make this a little more out. We're going to drop that number plate a little bit. The number plate will be yellow, white. I feel like number plates should be yellow, and we've got the yellow on top. So I'm going to grab a yellow tile. Yellow or white though? Yellow 1x2 or a white one. Gotta be yellow. But it could be white. Not in that hand. Definitely not. There's a bright yellow. That's like when you've left your car out in the sun for a bit too long. That looks really yellow on screen. Until I put it next to a yellow. And you can see it's almost a sun-bleached yellow. But not quite. Just a little bit lighter. And some headlights. How fake are these headlights? I'm going to need a 1x1. They're like silver. They're not bright. They're silver headlights. So we'll get some shiny, maybe some gunmetal silver, some gunmetal grey 1x1 studs. Silver has a shine to it. The gunmetal grey also has a very specific shine to it. This, no. This is, oh, this is a nice one. This is the one I want. The like gunmetal. It might be a bit too dark. We might need another silver. So many different names for all these colors of studs. This is just grey. Let's go, yeah, let's go with the darker ones. And then we can always brighten it. Oh, the Lego logo is getting in. Oh wait, we need a one. We need a plate, that's what it is. We need a 1x1 and then some. Just a 1x1. Yes. We got one. 1x1 and a cheese slope. I'm going to add a cheese slope to round off the back. Which again, we put away. All the parts we've needed, we've put away. Red cheese slope rounding off the back. To get it looking a bit smoother. Where is the sensor? There you are. Oh, there we go. Get it rounded off the back, and then we've got our clips for the top end as well. There's the red. Can't go wrong with a cheese. And then the front will need, let's bring it up so we can all look at it. The front needs eyes. Okay, round eyes. However, how many red brackets do I have? Do I have two? Yeah. Yeah, come on. No, you're a big one. You're a small one. Nope, that's not you. That's you. So we can get some 1x1 eye tiles on. And they're white with a black eye and a pupil. How that was crazy luck. Just pulled those eyes straight out the drawer. What? And the eyes are looking, see, the pupils aren't aligned how the eyes look on the screen. they're looking like over to the side, but we can't do that as like we can have it looking to the left. That works. This looks like something from Bob the Builder now. And then we want a gap. We want a white piece. So I think we're going to need more plate. And then what, a red wheel? For that white piece, do we have white on the inside? Because that red isn't going to cover everything. Or do we? I think we stick that white onto something on the top. So we need a red brick. A red brick, that Tykes logo. I'm gonna use a rounded white 1x2 plate, which is different from the teeth that is just a flat, regular 1x2 plate. Let's put the red, what sort of plates do I have? Some corners. A lot of corners. Not a lot I can do with corners right now. Yeah, not much. So I'll put these away. You know, white 1x2. What did I want? I wanted, oh, a 2x2 in red. That will hold the mouth together. And then maybe some slope for the top. See, a 1x4 we know fits flush. But that up to the steering wheel is definitely some sort of slope. So, yeah, okay. That looks like a pretty good mouth. And then we've got something, maybe another set of slopes at the front. Maybe we do continue this design. Coruscant Guard, you are needed. Welcome back. I'm stealing your other wrist. Thank you for your service. And actually, this is Thorn, isn't it? So this is the one we like. This isn't Fox. Is it? No, you are Fox. You are Fox. Go on, get out of here. For what you did to Fives, you are not welcome. Never again. Never again on stream. And then we got that 1x4 slope over the top to put into the face. And there we go. There's the front of it. We just need a 1x4 tile across there and some sort. Oh yes, the sticker. The sticker. I forgot the sticker. You know what? We do need it. I was going to say, you know what? We don't need it. No, we do need it. That's like the whole point of this. Do we make a smaller mouth? We could drop this down. Let's see where that puts us. Let's see how that looks. I don't want it to look like it's got a double mouth. That top one's meant to be a sticker. It might have to be thinner. It will have to be thinner. I'm going to get a jumper under there and maybe a rounded tile. Don't tell me we put those away as well. We could settle for one of these quarters. Yeah, let's squeeze that on top of the jumper, which is that. And then we can still fit the slopes over the top. Oh, it's got a little red in it as well. And it's recessed a little bit. And it means we're not going to be able to fit bricks on the back because of that little white bit poking out. That stops us being able to fit anything on the back. But, all right, the mouth is clearly different from the sticker on top. That's what we want. We just need some red bricks around the back. We might be able to fit some round red bricks. Round bricks. Round red bricks. And then the steering wheel behind it and a red plate on top or a red jumper. What a red jumper do? For a 1x4 tile, not much. Yeah, not really anything. And then just a flat 1x4 because the yellow is going to be coming off of it. A slope would have been cool. but see, I'd want to get a slope up the front. We couldn't get a slope with the yellow frame coming down, so I'm just going to grab a 1x4 red. That will seal the deal. And then we need a yellow top. I don't have a yellow top. I do have some of the tops from Power Miners, which are either, you're not in here. I think I've got some at hand in this drawer. There should be at least 1 or 2 of the cages from there. And yeah, I'll get it. I don't know if a yellow one existed. I don't think it did when we checked. In fact, I don't think my black ones exist in here. I've got 1 more drawer, but I will get my hands on a yellow one. No, not you. You. God. A ton of mech parts. You gotta be in here. Ladders. That's Power Miners. Oh look, the plates we wanted the other day. Turns out they were in here. No Power Miners cage though. So I'll have to get my hands on a yellow one and add that, because that is going to look amazing. A little Tykes car. You could also try and part out the yellow, have some yellow bars going up to a roof. It wouldn't look as good, and I also think it wouldn't look as reminiscent to me as it does right now, because it is a Power Miners element, which Power Miners, that's what I grew up with. I grew up with Power Miners. I know a fair bit about Power Miners. We don't have a 3x3 in yellow either, do we? No, again, asking for too much. You could put a 2x2 on top, or a 4x4. I'm going to set this 2x2 aside so that I've got it ready when I'm ready to add the roof. That is such a cozy type, a little Tykes cozy car. And I wonder if that is what inspired the vehicle in universe, because it's an Aussie show, isn't it? So I wonder if the Aussies grew up with little Tykes as well, a little bean pot as well. Oh, that's so cool. We got a bit more time. Let's have a little look through some of the other new builds. Actually, what I wanted to build was Megatron, but I wanted to build the Creo version, because there's a Creo version of this build that has instructions online, or we could build the tank. Oh, we could build a fish tank. I think we build a fish tank. Let's build a fish tank. There we go. Oh, I got so many of these new sets that I want to build. We got Minas Tirith, we got Bluey, we've got Transformers, and wait a sec. Let's go back to Lego. What Star Wars sets did we have coming out, and why aren't we building Star Wars sets? Okay, we have, so these top 4 aren't out yet. Wait, the lander shuttle's not out yet. 1st of July. I'm pretty sure that was in my June video. Oops, I thought this was out June. Oh, that was an overlook and a half. Okay, that one's not out yet. Back order for Vader. Clearly the increase in price didn't put people off. Fair dues, Vader looks sick. You see how menacing Vader is in the background there? And I still need to get a power bank, because the lightsaber lights up, or get the lights back in, get them plugged in. See if they stretch the whole length there. Vader's menacing back there. So we only had 2 sets. Wait, that's crazy for June. It's by relevance. You think the shuttle got delayed? It was June, wasn't it, Bevel? We're not crazy. Yeah, well, this month it is June now, but July. It does say 1st of July. I thought it was the 1st of June. I really did think it was, but no, it's not. That's a crazy month. June is the 2nd biggest day in January. We did get a hand. Actually, I don't need to scroll through this. I have the book. I have the Oh, that book is so important. Oh, it's right here. I thought I'd misplaced it again. I lost it the other day. Had a little mini panics where all my Mando notes and everything are. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is this all the January sets or is there on another page? I think that's all the January sets. So there you go. That was our January wave. I think there were some MIDI scale sets actually in January's wave. That was, or were they March? That was the most part January's wave. And we got a load of affordable sets. We got 2 small speeders. Cobb Vance is still a small speeder. We got the clone mech. You just seen the modified version. BB-8 we got to get around to building. I do kind of want to build that. I'm having some sequel withdrawals. I want to build BB-8 whilst watching the sequels. Obviously, I can't do that on the stream. I could start a watch party on stream. Wait, that's actually a sick idea. Wait. What about a like Force Awakens watch? Our BB-8's not going to take us that long to build, are they? Can I try to go over 2 streams? Oh, BB2. I've been playing too much Droid Tycoon, typing BB2 in there. BB-8 is 600 parts. I think that could be a... I'd have to stretch it. I'd have to stretch it across 2... But we're modifying it as well. Can't do that on stream to do a watch party. Well, all I'd have to do is say when to press play. I know you can set up a Disney Plus watch party, but I think you actually have to have, I don't know. I'm pretty sure a watch party, I tried to do it at some point, and a watch party, it either gave me a link and said like 8 people could join, or you could do it locally with the same account, and I don't know the limit on that, so I don't think that's going to work on stream. But what I'd do is I'd get it up, just playing in the background. We'd be talking through some streams, talking through some scenes, and then just play it off the screen. So maybe if I hold something up, you get a sneak peek of the reflection. But you know, we just all play it at different times. If you don't want to watch the sequels, that's fair enough. You can listen to me waffling on about why that bit's good, why that bit's bad. And well, yeah, March was a pretty strong month. Actually, it's kind of feeling like February. So January, we had all those sets. I don't know why I'm covering the notes. They're just like things I thought was good, things I thought was bad. I do want to go over them later this year. March had all the Smart Play sets. I love the fact that there are images. We have April. Look at April sets. Mando, great. May. I mean, you basically saw May with the keyrings, not a lot there. And then June, yeah, Lambda class shuttle. It definitely was coming out June. So that is now on to July. Very interesting. And recently, going back to Star Wars, we only got the AT-RT helmet and upscaled Vader. I feel like if we had a battle pack or something coming out in July, I could live with it. It's a weak drop. I think January was good. April was good. March was hard because it was Smart Play. So we got a good January wave. February, March, April, May, June, July. They've got to be announcing some more Star Wars sets for July. I wouldn't mind a Snowtrooper battle pack a month before. Oh, is this July? There's August. Yeah, a month before the AT-AT comes out, they drop the things in a battle pack. July, August, September. February is looking like the only month we don't get Star Wars sets. Maybe we drop one in October. Maybe we get... Oh, we never even looked through the rest of the prices. I think they're all good prices for Pokemon. We'll come back after we've got this tank started. Wait, this is a block of a tank. Okay. Where is this? Because this doesn't look like the base. There's something between the wheels. Maybe it's a bracket and we've got the same slope on the top. And would that bracket come? No, they wouldn't do it from underneath. Would they? Or would they do it from the side there? cracked it. They've done it from the side there. All right, I'll remember that. Other smart play sets. Make sure we can see as I'm building, because I will forget to switch that back. They're all looking pretty good. They're all looking pretty good, except for the ones with the smart brick in. Here's Evie. Wow. I think I said this would be 25-30. It's 18 quid. I expected smart play. That's the tactic. Lego know Star Wars fans are going to pay out for expensive sets. They also know Pokemon fans are already paying for expensive things, so they can't compete in those markets. So they've made Star Wars fans pay out. Us Star Wars fans have been paying out. I don't even want... What colour do I want here? Tan? I don't even know what I want. And now they've gone and reduced the price for Pokemon, which makes it look even better compared to the Star Wars sets. And basically every other theme. This is actually a big W for Pokemon. Because Eevee, I was worried this would end up being a 90 quid set compared to Star Wars builds. It's 55. Not cheap, but if I can find a Lapras fan that wants to go half and half on a set, maybe 25-30, you know, on a set, I'd get myself a little Eevee, which looks like the one we saw in Stratford when the whole Pokemon deal was announced. Looks exactly like that build. For this tank, I'm going with tan as the base because it's going to be a fish tank. We've got to have this styled after the aquarium. Patting it out a little bit. Get some pebbles down here as well. Get a little castle going. All right, Jigglypuff is $12.99. I think that's a little steep. Little like that's what we expected. That's what we expected as an expensive set. Pikachu, £60. Why, I wanted this smart brick to be like 40 quid. I actually think we dipped our toes under 40 quid. And then Mewtwo lab brick, 60 quid is quite good. This one you don't need the smart brick for at all. There's not really any play feature. There's just that one tile inside Mewtwo. And it's a good build without it. No exposed backs. Nothing that says you need the smart brick. If you want Mewtwo's crotch to light up, you can get the smart brick. And then, you know what, actually, looking at some of the parts, they're expensive sets, and I was disappointed at the prices. But with this wave, they've made the other three sets look good as well. They've done what Star Wars just couldn't do. It couldn't make the rest of it look good. It couldn't, it just couldn't handle it, could it? What have we got for the middle? Oh, some more tan. Oh wait, we need snot bricks front and back. Oh, I was going to have some snot bricks going on the sides. I suppose there's nothing stopping me from having like one or two out the side, but security should come first. And this is the front of the tank. This one here, which is slopes and a face fish tank. How are we going to make this look like a fish? I think we put the eyes on the side. That's as far as I thought. We put the eyes on the side, and then, because it's a fish tank, we want it to look like a fish. Maybe we don't put the eyes on the side. Maybe we just have it slope inwards. So this is going to slope up. We need it to come out and then slope inwards like a fish. We want this to be almost fish shape. So wheels here, we need at least a brick further out. Maybe we should have built just a brick further out and tried to get that to work. And then these are the wheels, yeah. Some tan. I think we can go with some bright coloured wheels, or for like a fish tank though. Fish tank, sandy base. All right, we're going to pull those off for the slopes. Slopes could be colourful because of the rainbow stones. We get some fancy things like that. In which case, this should probably just be tan. Get 2x4s. We don't need to mess around with Technic. I don't think the head would need that. The only thing I'm thinking of is if the head spins, then the head might need something like that. I'm going to go with black. I'm going to go with black so that we can cover up the sides here and make it seem dark between the wheels. And I might either add black in the middle or just leave it empty. I think I add black. I don't think I leave it empty, but I think I add some 1x2 black plates. Oh yes, the amount of 1x2 black plates I have, I forgot. Total abundance of nothing. Not a lot. And then we'll bridge this around. Could have used a tire thing here actually. Oh, do I have one in black? A little mud guard? Like we've, oh look, no, you're not the one, you're in grey. I thought we had it straight away. I think I might do. Not you. Any on the side? Is that what you are, or you're another one of the front ones? No. Not any of the ones that I'm looking for. There was a grey one. But it's not black. So it doesn't count. Let's get you on the bottom then. Get some colourful sides. The wheels, what colourful sides do we have? Could have more green. Could do a bit of green, bit of yellow, bit of blue, or and white, or green, yellow, red, blue. Green, yellow, red, blue. Green, yellow, red, blue. The question is, what order do we go with? These are kind of tank treads, but also I see them as wheels with odd mud guards. Red, yellow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Let's rainbow it up for Pride Month. We'll get a little Roy G. Biv pattern going. I know that's not the, yeah, you know, I'm sure they're in some order like that. Orange, because that's rainbow. Roy G. Biv is the colours of the rainbow. But then it depends on which flag you're doing, because some of them don't have all the colours. They're very themed. I love the pastel ones. There we go. We've got our colourful stones at the base. What colour do we make the wheels? Not the treads, they're the treads. What colour do we make the wheels? Because I want them to match up. But I don't want them to be four... It can be 4 different colours. I don't want them to be 4 different colours. Now I want them to be 4 different colours. Red, yellow, green, blue. That's going to be the stony texture. We need 4 of each. And I didn't think until I just saw that one, I had any of these in lime green. In fact, I still don't think we have any of these in lime green. 4 red, 4 yellow, blue, 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 blue. And we'll swap out our lime green for bright green. Do I have 4 bright green? 1. We'll swap out our lime green for regular green then. If not bright green, you're bright green. Maybe there's 2 of them. And it could have gone with pink. Could have gone with pinks, purples, different blues. Orange? Ooh, do we go with different colours? No, we stick with the colours that we've got on the side. And then we can go with different colours elsewhere. I don't like pouring that down there. That is risky when it don't need to be. For the front, because this is a fish tank and not a fish tank, So this is a fish tank, not a fish tank. We're not making a tank that looks like a fish. Hopefully that helps clear things up. It's not a fish tank, it's a fish tank. You know what I mean. I'm thinking of, wait, that looks like the Google/Windows logo / any other logo that uses just the 4 basic colors. We want the same pattern, but we want it to be different on every single wheel. So it goes red, yellow, green, blue. We've taken up our left sides. So now we'll start top right, red, yellow, green, blue, and then bottom right, red, yellow, green, blue. The circle that Lego uses keeps these wheels on a bit stronger. So if any of these parts pop off throughout the build, it's just because we've not got anything else holding these on except for 1 stud each. And if they don't pop off, oh, we got the blue clashing. Oh, we got the yellow. Have we done this? So the blue is where the blue is. The yellow is where the yellow is. The red's where the red is, but the green isn't where the green is. The green is around the other side. Kind of look like binoculars. Like you should be able to see through if they were big enough and if they were hollow. So we're going to keep up with the pattern of the tank, which is this front bit here. And also Brickhead's face. I kind of like that for an aquarium, but we've got to hide it a bit better than Lego do. So let's get 4 different colored slopes of this variety with the little stud indent gun. And you probably guess what colors we're going with. We've got, do we have a lime green? Oh, no, come back, come back. Come back, you lime. I don't have lime green. That's dark red. There was a lime green. I saw a lime green. Oh, it was the over lime green, not the under lime green. So we're using the regular green. Oh, there's a blue. There's a green. Do I have a red that goes under? Or a yellow? There's a yellow. Do I not have a red? I only have a red that goes over. Well, we can get a, I think I saw a purple. No, that goes over. That's too close to yellow because that's dark orange. We can get a dark red. We'll just change the shades of the colors and it goes red, yellow, green, blue. So that's cool. Red stays furthest away from red and blue stays the furthest away from blue. Couldn't have worked out any better. And then blue and yellow make green in the middle. And that 1x4 needs to be multiple colors. We could just flip the pattern backwards and use 1x1s or a tan 1x4. Let's see if we've got a tan one. We've got a dark tan, a bright tan. This is the one we need. And the eyes, we want to be subtle. Maybe we go with just black pebbles. I don't think we can get too much. I don't think we can get too subtle. Or we could actually add some eyes. I think we add some black pebbles. And then, or pearls. We could add a pearl. There's our 2. Yeah, it's subtle enough that they look like pebbles, but they also definitely look like eyes. And we'll see about the back end if we need to add anything on. Oh, fancy little tank treads there. All right, sloping off the front. Fish tank, treasure chest. Treasure chest on the front though, or on the back? Treasure chest should be on the back. How much space do we? Not enough for a treasure chest on the back. We need something that looks treasure chest-like on the front. And we've spent all our ingots. We spent all our brown ingots. How many other ingots do we? Oh, we've got some gold. We've got some gold ingots. That should be in the chest. That shouldn't be the chest. We've got some gold. We have one brown. We could add like a little chest off to the side, especially if we've got some sort of plate underneath it. So this is the turntable for the head, right? No, the turret. The turret, not the head. This piece, which I'm going to use brackets in the middle here instead of using this sort of thing. So how I'm going to use the brackets, I haven't thought of yet. We just know we're going to use the brackets and probably a 1x4 plate. Oh, that will be how I use the brackets then. Get the 1x4 plate in, and then we'll add some walls. We need, first off, a plate or something that will stretch out to hold the bracket, because I'm going to use a 1x4 with a 1x2 plate. I think I'll just use one of these brackets. I don't fancy using the thicker ones unless I have a colourful one, which I should do, because I think I broke down one of the go-karts, but nope. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use blue on the side. Just there. One there. One there. I could also use a smaller turntable if I get a, oh, I could get a seat on top of this. Not a actual chair. A 1x2. And this will be in tan. This should be the bed of the tank. So we could have, oh, we could have a little treasure chest off to the side. That would be a neat reference. We have some like grassy bits on this side. Gold might work. We'll keep that around because gold might just work. It might be crazy enough to look good. No offense to any gold havers out there. Thanks for hanging, Bevel. May the bricks be with you. And then a slope at the front. I think we just get tan. How many tan slopes do I have? 2 of the square ones. And then some of the thick ones. Oh, this would go up to the treasure chest. So I actually want that to stick out. I want this to stick out a little bit and not get in the way. Easier said than done. So, wait, what if I just treasure chest like that? Or we add some flowers. Let's see what the flowers look like. That needs to be held in. So that's a 1x6 awesome corner. No, that's a 1x6. We'll get the 1x4 underneath in tan. 1x4 for the front ones. Or a corner. Corner with a plate going through. I don't think this is going to be too fragile. And a 1x4. Wait, a 1x4 tile? Yeah. 1x4 tile on top. Now that is wasted space. Let's get some flower elements in there. As... oh, we don't want to overdo it. Because we've got some rocks at the bottom. Now we've got some like sand. Rather than having straight tiles, let's get some paths through the sand. Oh, you are a flesh corner tile. You are not. You're a flesh as well. You're not tan. You're not tan. You're flesh. This isn't a human tank. It's a fish tank. No flesh. And then the back. What do we do to the back? Okay, slope it off like that. I'm liking the grills. I am liking the grills. That's a 2x4 then, if we need cheese slopes to come down. Wait, no, we still need a plate coming out of that. Cheese slopes on the side with a 1x4 and then maybe some more of the fancy slopes. Cheese slopes on the side like so. A 2x4 in the middle. Do I still have the black ones to hand? We've just used the black one for the base. There we go. Blue sides have ingots. Wait, gold, buried treasure. Yes! All the gold. This is a snazzy fish tank. And then we could add like a brown ingot on top, or a slope, cheese slope for buried treasure. There's the gold. We need a brown doral maybe. There's one. Only one, so we'll include a doral one side and an ingot the other. There's our buried treasure. A turntable in the middle, cheese slopes on the edge, and they'll slope off into nothingness. And then some 1x2 slopes I'm feeling here, and then a doral and probably something flat. No, that's a 1x4 tile. That's a 1x4 tile, or more of these tan elements. Now then, more trails perhaps. Oh wait, is that a Minecraft loaf of bread? Yes, please. That works. You're gonna buy a smart brick Pokemon set of Charizard. Oh, the brick. There's one. Charizard and Jolteon. It comes with 2 bricks, does it? It's £110. It's your cheapest way, I think, of getting 2 smart play bricks, which, if you are going to get smart play sets for the smart play, I would recommend getting 2, not 1. Did it just get rid of it? It's like, no, you cannot search smart. They brought back the page, but how do I access it? How do I access smart play? Because they haven't made it easy. They haven't made it easy. Shop now. Shop. Oh, wait, what if I copy link? Copy link. Oh, we'll give it a second. Then I've kind of not left room for the slopes, but at the same time almost have. So what was the bottom? The bottom was just grills, wasn't it? No, it wasn't grills. It was an ingot and 2 of these slopes. Well, I can't say I have an ingot. Oh, actually, do I have a tan ingot? I do. I literally do have an ingot. I can say I have an ingot. And I'm going to get a 2x4 tan plate. In the end, it brought us back to the tan plate. I can see on the 4th tab, that Lego page is still loading. I think they may have got rid of it again. I think they may not want us to see it. And this sticks out. So I might just tile this off here. Maybe get some grills, not dorals, grills. Maybe get some grills and have a little look what else we can line up. I like the fact there's not a single tan tile, just a flat tan tile. And we've instead replaced it with some of those quarter circles, the little macaroni tiles that aren't really macaroni tiles because they don't look like macaroni tiles. What sort of pearls would we have as the lights? Clear ones and bubbles, my bubbles. Right, we'll get some little pearls down here. Do I have a tan grill? If so, do I have 3? I have 1. Oh, that's 2. Oh look, now they're all coming out. 3, 4. We'll grab you in case we need you. But I didn't grab a turntable in. Oh, I thought there was a tan one. I got tricked. I thought I had a tan turntable and it was a seat. It was a 2x2 seat. A jumper would work as a turntable, especially with a 4x4 plate. That's quite some table to turn. Do I have a tan? Oh wait, should this be tan? I suppose it's like one of those little fish houses, so we need the arch around the back. But should this be tan? And should this have bricks out the side? Okay, you could use that. So that's a brick up already. That's a brick up already. And then they've added the details to the front. I can't help but feel like we could add brackets to the front and back. Maybe we do the sides first, because the minifigure arms will have to fit out the side. So that's a 2x2. Let's grab some of those in tan 2x2, and some hopefully tan brackets. That'd be good. Hey, there's some tan brackets. How tall is a minifigure arm going to be? Because we could build it out above the brackets. Do I agree that it looks better than for Star Wars? Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, the Pokemon Smart Playsets are miles better than Star Wars, aren't they? I fully agree. Even I think the builds work together a little bit better than Star Wars as well. Had Star Wars picked a planet, that feels like a good equivalent to Pokemon. All right, there's the front and back. What for the sides? Maybe a 2x2, maybe something rounded. Yeah, they've got quite detailed sides. Maybe a 2x4. Maybe we get some slopes. Ooh, maybe. Where did the 1x4 slopes go? Away? Yep, they went away. All right, I don't think I have those, but I do have more of these. If I have 3 more, I'll whack them around the side of the tank. Oh, it's looking good. There's a 3rd. Oh, look, and the 4th presented itself. And then I'll just include a 1x2 on the bottom of that. I don't want it to take up too much space. My favorite is still the Lapras and Eevee, just because I love the Eevee. Yeah, the turret. Yeah, we can do the turret. I do like the Pikachu treehouse, I will say. But £110 for 2 smart bricks. This is Smart Play, isn't it? So Star Wars is here. 140 for Star Wars. Still got the 60. So the cheapest smart brick is still £60, which is Vader's tie, which I think Vader's tie is a pretty good set. But not too bad. So even with Vader's tie, the cheapest you could have technically got I think Luke's X-Wing was 70, Vader was 60. So if you not getting a duplicate of Vader's ship, the cheapest you could get the smart bricks was 2 for, what's that, £60 plus £70, £130. And now you can get 2 for 110. Pokemon looks like a really good deal. That's the crazy part. It's not just a good deal. It's like a really good deal because the builds look good as well. I can see a lot of collectors having Mewtwo on display. Just general Pokemon collectors, not Lego collectors, Pokemon collectors. You've got some starters here. You've got a few smaller sets. Yeah, I'd be tempted to take a look at picking this one up. We do have a Bulbasaur. Is Bulbasaur the 2nd cheapest? Because we do have a little brick-built Bulbasaur, Charmander as well, and Squirtle. There's your 3 starters in almost the 3 cheapest sets. All before Luke's Landspeeder is crazy. Luke's Landspeeder should have been 20 quid. Should have been 20 quid. It should have been 20 quid. What is it the minifigures? £3.50, £7. Can't be, because that's only £7 more. Even if you include the gonk, it's like the tenner difference, but there are clearly a change in parts. That's like 200 without the figures. The Star Wars, like this was not great. It should have been £25, but that's 215. Like this is 320, and you've got printed parts. You have 1 printed part in that set. That was a good comparison. That is crazy how good the Pokemon sets are. Nuts. I'll see how expensive the parts are for the eyes, especially for Charmander. It's mainly the eyes, not the mouth. Not even the toes. Not fussed on that. I'll see how expensive they are, and I might have to pick up a Pokemon set. Oh, but Squirtle's a good one. Squirtle's usually my starter, but I do love an Eevee. Is the only exclusive part of Eevee the face, or are there some like arms that... No, there. Yeah, this is all brick built as usual. Just the head, which they've played it well, having these exclusive heads be printed, because there's no way around it. I can't, like Lapras, there might be a way to add the little eyes, but Eevee, I don't see a way of brick building that and making it look anywhere near as good. Might also buy the Garchomp. Now, which one was Garchomp? Was it? Oh, they say it in the title. That's handy as well. They say it in the title. Garchomp and Umbreon. I love the Umbreon. Look at it. I don't know who Garchomp is. I don't recognize them, which means they're not from the first generation. But the design is cool. All these Pokemon look so good. Why did the 8080 have to not have a back? Why did Mos Eisley have to not fold up? Pikachu's house is the best treehouse I have seen from Lego since they did that big creator treehouse. And that was only better through size. I've got 4 bricks. What do I need 4 bricks for? I need like 2 tops. Yeah, that creator one was only better in size, really. I don't think I could give it too much more than that. They are detailed builds. I still find it weird, the whole crotch system. I don't like the smart crotches. The fact to interact, you have to... Yeah, no. There was a better way. Even bum. Maybe they were avoiding the bum. The crotch smart brick, though. Not something I had on this year's bingo list. Not something I had on any year's bingo list. Crotch smart brick. Ooh. So if I'm using this as the turret, do I cap it off? I think I cap it off and then include this. In fact, I think I get rid of the plates because that barrel is 5. I think that barrel is 5 plates tall, because if you add a plate on top of it, it's the height of 2 bricks. And then, so that's 5, 6, 7. This is 6, and that top piece makes it 7. That is our fish tank. We didn't really have a fish home in here, but I like the little sandy shell of a house. That's worked really well. And then we'll finish it off with a dome. Oh, come back. We'll finish it off with a smooth dome because it's underwater. A jagged dome would be something placed there. We want it to be pretty natural. Natural. And there's our fish tank. Do I still have the fish laying around? That's the question. And I think the answer is no idea where they've gone. I think I might have put them in with my costume. So I'm going to get the fish fig as well to ride on the fish tank. Such a fun little build. And it can invade the aquarium we've got. And fish tank. Need I say any more? If you did miss out on the first build of the stream, here's a little look at the main build of Minas Tirith. And we also built Grog to go alongside, which is the name of the battering ram that was given out as a gift with purchase. But don't worry, there'll be videos on all of those. Let's take another look at some of these smart play sets because they're good. This is what we got for Star Wars this month. Vader and the AT-RT. I can't help but think Star Wars is... I don't think Star Wars is going downhill this year. I do think they put all their eggs in the Mando basket. AT-AT, I want to get my hands on this. I'll be building this probably day one. The Sandcrawler, again, I want to build that. So maybe rather than looking at sets I'm picking up, because I have a lot of figures, I have a lot of bricks, let's look at the sets I want to build. 8080, yes. Sandcrawler, yes. The Advent is a yes, but that's always a yes. The Lambda class shuttle, yes. Yes, I actually do want to, as much as I didn't like this when it first got released, I really like the look of this. You might also, you can get the Sandcrawler for £147. If you wait, you can get it even lower because you've got the contacts. I see, you've got the contacts you need in store. That's awesome. 147. 140, you know what, for how big it is compared to the 8080, and the 8080 is ultimately pretty good value, even though I'd still want it at 120, but I'd want a smaller 8080 as a result, or drop the speeder or something. The Sandcrawler for the same price is crazy. That's like 20-30 quid better off, literally, and actually it's 40 quid better off, but it is in value like 20-30 better off than I feel like it would be if these were matched. Seeing them, that Sandcrawler is better than the 8080 in terms of price, quality, and that. So that's a good deal. And you get 3 different Jawas. Hold on, what Jawa do we get in the Advent? So we have Jawa, we have Machete, we have Blaster, and we have Spanner. I think it's Spanner that we get in the Advent. No, it's the double cross one. What's that? Yeah, it's the double one, which is the Blaster one. So I need to get me a Machete and a Spanner variant of the Jawa. Maybe I pick this up. Maybe I pick this up on a really good sale next year. Because, saying that, what's the sale going to be? Like 120. Solid deal. But 120 is 260 quid ships. And I love the 60 quid ships. I do love the 60 quid ships. So I'm definitely going to be building these this year. We've got Hut Palace Sentry. That's a set I want to pick up. That's a set I need to pick up. We've built the Razor Crest. We had a little look at that at the start of the stream. We built our own ATRT. Anzelin's next. We'll do that on Monday. Then the X-Wing Starfighter. I do really want to build that. So we'll get, yeah, basically Mando hit it out the park. Mando did well, and I think the other sets are just falling off from that. It's not even a case, I don't think. That card's gonna fall. Let me just, it's not even a case of the good designers, you know, as people say, the good designers were already taken. I think they've all been designed well. I just don't like some of the ideas behind these sets. The stickers, no, get rid of them. They should have got rid of them from the first upscaled minifigure. First one didn't have any, it was a plain red torso, but you know what I mean? This Sandcrawler, oh, the fact that the interior is hollow, I love that. I love that from a Sandcrawler. I don't think I'll go back and build another Sandcrawler. I think I would rather recolor this one brown if the parts exist. And I'm sure, knowing Lego, they have made sure most of the parts exist in brown. We already see a few brown pieces dotted around. So it should be a fairly straightforward color swap to brown. Given the fact that these long slopes and these other slopes exist, let's have a, well, I already know 2x3s exist. You can use 2x3s on the side here instead of using the bigger pieces. It's mainly the bigger slopes. They know what we want. Not slopes, wedges. I always get them the wrong way around. It's the massive ones, the long skinny ones. Come on, it's either this page or the next page in reddish brown. Reddish brown exists. 17 sets including the Sandcrawler. Imagine if this Sandcrawler could be flipped inside out. Hold on. Go back to the interiors. No, it's too thin. Where are these wedges? They're not at the front. They're not here at the back. They could still be at the back. So that looks like a continuous plate. They're not up the sides there. unless they're in smaller. This isn't the plate we're looking for. That's too thick at the base. Where are those reddish brown? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. No, that's too big as well. Why is that? Why is that? Oh, there it is at the back. So there is 2 at the back, but that's not enough to recolor the whole thing. So what other sets? We got the Barati, we got the Stap, the Shire, Jubba's Salvage, any affordable sets. Come on, we're trying to army build these. There's an old Destiny's Shadow, so they should be fairly cheap to get online, but they're mixed in with the old brittle brown. So it is a risk. What we need to know is, sorry Advent, but we'll get around to you. Bricks and pieces, if Lego sell them, just copy that number straight into Lego and see if we can pick them up straight from Lego, because that is what you want if you're ordering in brown. Reddish brown, 40 pence. Okay, how many do I need? Oh wait, they're on here, aren't they? We can just see, and it will say 40 pence left and right. They're usually the same. Very rarely, unless it's a new piece, is it different, or unless it's on a windmill, in which case sometimes it's cheaper. Come on, where are those wedges? Where here? We've got 9. Went to say 10. We've got 9 on each side. That's 18, which it's late. It's tired. I'm late. £7.20. That's not even enough to meet the tax minimum on for the let me show you. For the extra fee, 18 wedges still gives you £5.50 service fee, unless you get up to what is the service fee? Oh yeah, free delivery on orders over £50. You can add this with your advent calendar. Oh, the sandcrawler itself. Order this with a sandcrawler. You meet that £50. What is the service fee? We need to spend £7.80 more. You could make 2, or order some of the other parts you don't have. I'm going to be tempted to order the parts needed for a sandcrawler now in brown. This is by far the best sandcrawler Lego have ever made, and it's actually impressive the more you look at it. If you put the price aside, and actually what I could do is order these with a bunch of the grey elements that I need to build the sandcrawler in the first place. But it's not as good as Pokemon. Even Jigglypuff here. We need something like this for Star Wars. Microfighters are cool, but I wouldn't mind some, like I suppose we got microfighters, we got brickheads, but something like this, like the tomato head, like not microfighter, not a ship, but not a character. Maybe that's a good place to have a lightsaber set. To have a £10, £9 to £13 lightsaber brick built kit that then has something in the middle. That is a great idea. I can put all my Droid Tycoon builds in a sandcrawler. You know what? That gives me an idea. Let me jot it down. I'm not going to say it here. That is... Well, this is a long idea. I could have just voice noted this and let everyone know. Not writing anything down. Don't mind me. Just chat among yourself. There we go. Perfect. Could I have shortened that? Yeah, to about 4 words. Did I? No. Oops. Anyway, with Droid Tycoon, we're to go hard in that, and just actually a treadmill around the outside would go harder. This is like a Beskar sandcrawler as well. From the Beskar event, Pokemon, you smashed it. I'm going to be honest. Absolutely smashed it out of the park. Before we wrap up the stream, let's have a little look if anything else has been revealed. Perfect. Perfect time. Pokemon Premier Ball. Premier. Premier. Whoa. Premier Ball. Premier. Premier. Oh, it's not the Premier Ball. Get out of here. And the Trainer Supplies paper bag. This is quite nice. But the Premier Ball is included in this as well. Ooh. So this is a give with purchase August 1st. I would keep an eye out to see if there's an event for this like there was for Star Wars. And we had Vader's tie, which was a set, was given out for free. So if you were to get one of these for free, which one? Let me run a quick poll. Would you want the Premier Ball or the Trainer Supplies? Supplies. I don't know about you, but my trainers do not need any of these supplies. Look at the berries. Actually, I think I'd go with the Trainer Supplies. I think I'd go with the Trainer Supplies because we've got some Felucia plants. We've got some of these little tufts of green. We've got the Pokey logo. That does have some cool sloped elements on it. But that also comes with a Pokeball. And I'd love a Pokeball if I get around to owning Eevee. Everyone's saying Trainer Supplies. I couldn't agree more. Ditto. Revealed by Lego. Apparently I missed this one. We've seen the other set. Where was this on Lego? We did not see this. I know Lego take down a lot of their stuff as well. And it's not an expensive set. We did not see this on Lego. So we need a link for this. This is ditto as Squirtle, which is why Squirtle's got a different face to what we saw a second ago. Not gonna lie. Ditto as Squirtle. It might just be better. No, it's not better than Squirtle. Squirtle's cool. Good way to get Squirtle though in a cheaper set. How much cheaper can you get? This is 320 pieces. It's gonna be like a $17.99, and it gets a Squirtle display. You know what? Ditto as Squirtle. I'm kind of digging this set. That's the one we've already seen on Lego. I might add that. Might add that to my list. So many good Pokemon sets. I'm hoping this is a phase, and by the time that half of these are out, because they all come out 1st of August, I will be over them and I'll be looking ahead to that page never loaded, to some of the other sets, Star Wars especially, that are coming out. I like this, and I assume they're printed. It would suck a little if they were stickers, just like the towel here is printed, and the face is definitely printed. That face is so cursed, but I look forward to picking up the poly bag at least someday. I'll keep an eye out for the Trainer Supplies, and there's also another poly bag. Oh, what other poly bag was just, I don't know if it was announced on here. There's another poly bag that came out recently that I want to get my hands on, but I don't know. No, it wasn't out on here. I can't remember what poly bag that was. I'm gonna have to jot that down when I see it again. 50 sets coming out, most of them August 1st. Oh, Premier Ball. Oh, is it going to be the ball? Is it going to be the Trainer Supplies? It's neck on neck. You'll buy Pokemon Smart Brick from Germany because it isn't sold in Sweden. Yes, good point, DJ. So the Smart Brick is still not in the Lego motherland of Denmark. And we've now got our second wave of Smart Brick sets coming August 1st, and there's rumored to be a third. A city wave. It was on their reveal poster for their event that they did the Star Wars thing with. They had the TIE Fighter, they had Pikachu and something else. I think it was City. I think I just assumed it was City because it makes sense. And I'm still looking for that Firefighter. That Squirtle car is the closest we've got to a Firefighter Smart Play Lego set. But it's only in UK, US, Canada, Germany. Where is it? Let me get this up. Where is the Smart Play? So it's available in authorized Lego retail. Thanks, Google. Thanks, Google. Of course it is. It's available. Does no one have the list? It is 6 places, including Germany, the UK, France, US, Canada, and I think Australia. I think Australia has the Smart Brick. So if you're not in one of those 6 countries, you're going to have to order it from there. And that sucks. Makes no sense whatsoever. But you know what? Quick, end the poll whilst it's neck and neck. There we go. Both of the poly bags are as good as each other. And with that said, we've built everything we can. You can get the 88. Wait, I've just seen that 8080 for 121. Whoa. Yeah, they're definitely worth waiting for a sale. You know what? I'm going to have a little look at some of the... Oh, they've got... Oh, that was weird. Some of the sets on here. Oh, look at that. Day 1, 15% off. I don't know what that is because it doesn't tell me specific sets, but pre-orders 15% off. Might have to look at some of them. Anyway, that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed our Minas Tirith, our little Tykes cart, and our fish tank. This can't be my favorite. Minas Tirith was so good, but it's so close to being my favorite. I also want to see a hot dog tank. Hot dog tank with a plate, the bun either side, and a hot dog turret. Anyone wants to build a hot dog tank, do be sure to send images or signpost me to your posts, and I would love to see that. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. That is all today. We'll be back on Friday building something or other. I might do mystery boxes actually, because I've got one more video to record. So let's open some more mystery boxes on Friday. See what we get and what we can build for them. 3 mystery boxes in 1 hour. And until then, thank you so much for hanging. May the bricks be with you, Moonshoes. May the bricks be with you, DJ. May the bricks be with you, Tinks, and everyone else. May the bricks be with you always.